Game number 2 of a home-and-home between the YD Red Sox and the Bourne Braves. After Bourne took it yesterday, YD looks for revenge on home soil here at Red Wilson Field. Hello and welcome to South Yarmouth alongside TJ Matthews, and I'm Dana Gray. Thanks so much for tuning in. This should be a good matchup. Red Sox looking for quick revenge against the Braves in meeting number 3. A tough victory for the Red Sox to suffer yesterday after they had that winning streak that was just fantastic. 5 games in a row. Bourne, 6 straight losses, and things flipped last night.
Yeah, just the first inning really set YD back. Tommy Mace, a difficult bottom of the first inning, and Bourne jumps out 3-0 and just really had control of that game from that point on, and they look to do the same today against the Braves, and they'll turn to Blair Henley this time. Last time out, best start, June 13th at Falmouth, the 4-2 YD win, where through 5 innings, allowed a pair of runs on 5 hits, lost his control a little bit towards the end, but the best stuff we saw from him in his 2 starts.
The righty coming from Texas, making start number 3. Lineup he'll face will be almost identical to the one dorned out at Doran Park yesterday by the Braves, and just a couple of substitutions. Cooper Johnson will be doing the catching duties. But let's meet that Bourne Braves lineup. Tyler Fitzgerald leads things off and plays second base. Anthony Prado bats second, the shortstop. Jared Triolo is playing third base and batting third. Spencer Brickhouse in the cleanup spot over at first base. Lyle Lim in the 5-hole once again, but the designated hitter this evening. Center fielder Ashton Barzell bats 6th. David Langer in game number 2 in a Braves uniform bats 7th out in left field. Thad Phillips in the 8-hole out in right. And Cooper Johnson doing the catching and rounding out the order. Just about ready to get underway in South Yarmouth. Game number 33 for the YD Red Sox entering today at 19-9-4. That's good enough for top of the East, 42 points. The Braves, every game down the stretch here important for them. They're in 4th place, 14-16-1, 29 points. That's tied with Katuitt.
Yeah, how about that bottom of the Western Division? 3 teams within 4 points of each other. It's over these last couple of weeks going to be a real fight at the bottom of that division to weed out who's going to the playoffs, and that one team that's going to stay home in the East, quite the opposite for YD. For the 3rd game in the row, can clinch a playoff spot with a win.
Or a Brewster Whitecaps loss as well. So options here for the Red Sox. We'll monitor that Whitecaps Anglers game over at Stony Brook Field for you throughout the game. See if the Red Sox can head back to the postseason in the top spot. Brewster also playing some important baseball as of right now. They sit only 4 points behind the Firebirds, and just seemed like a few days ago when they had a double-digit deficit. Now, Brewster's got a chance to fight for that 4th spot, maybe a chance to play the YD Red Sox in the first round.
Yeah, they got off to that horrid start to the season, and it doesn't matter as long as you can just sneak in the playoffs. 4 out of the 5 teams make it, and all that matters, you're playing your best baseball at the right time. That's what they did last year. Took home the 2017 Cape League title, and who knows, not out of the cards. It's entirely possible.
They host the Chatham Anglers this afternoon at home against Chatham at Stony Brook Field. So we'll keep you posted on that one. YD defense today goes like this. In the outfield, left to right, Quinn Cotton. Johnny DeLuca is in center. Zach Ashford out in right field. Into the infield, Nick Quintana over at third base. Christian Koss, the shortstop. Luke Waddell is at second. Andrew Dashbach over at first with Adam Kerner doing the catching for Blair Henley. Tyler Fitzgerald strides up, just about ready for first pitch at Red Wilson Field. Matchup number 3 of 4 between the Bourne Braves and the YD Red Sox this regular season. Each team a victory apiece. Bourne's coming just last night at Doran Park, a 6-3 final. Henley from the windup deals the first pitch, and Fitzgerald swings at it and laces it out into left field. 1 pitch and a single for Fitzgerald to begin this ball game.
Fitzgerald stepping to the plate with an idea that he gets a pitch that over the middle of the plate, he's going to swing at it, gets a fastball middle in from Blair Henley, and just bloops it just enough over the glove of a leaping Nick Quintana at third to lead this ball game off with a base hit.
He went 1 for 4 yesterday, had the lone extra base hit for the Braves, and now aboard with a single to begin the ball game. Anthony Prado steps in from the right side. The shortstop tonight for Bourne. Henley deals a fastball missing just low, called by the home plate umpire Larry Rosenberg. Rudy Firmbach, first base umpire, and Bill Haynes down the third base line. 1-0 count, no outs, runner aboard. The pitch swung on and lofted out into left field. It drops in front of Cotton. Back-to-back singles off of Henley early on here in the top of the first. Braves in business.
Well, this time kind of just a defensive swing from Prado. Went down to scoop that one. It looked like it about knee high. Just bloops it into left center field. Gets in front of Cotton. Looked like he might have had a play on it, but pulled up right at the end. And for a base hit, now, just like last night, Braves get the first couple of runners on and are threatening here in the first.
No outs, 2 aboard. Braves threatening early on against Blair Henley. Jared Triolo digs in from the right side. 275 hitter in the 3-hole tonight. Henley, another glance back, and he'll step off. And Adam Kerner will go out to chat.
And last night, though, it was the Braves getting this all done without a base hit to start the ball game. It was Fitzgerald who reached on a hit by pitch, and then Prado with a walk. Both of them would come around to score. Now Triolo trying to keep it going.
Still no count on Triolo. Here's the first pitch, a fastball that runs inside. Henley, as you mentioned, TJ, his best start coming just about a week ago in Falmouth. Picked up the only victory he has to his name to this season. As the Red Sox took down the Commodores. Righty deals. Another fastball that runs inside. 2-0 on Triolo, the Houston product. Went 1 for 5 yesterday. But that lone hit was a big one. 2-run RBI single.
I got touched up for a run in the first inning of that start against Falmouth. But was able to settle down.
Fitzgerald off of second, dancing. The pitch comes in. Called strike. 2-1 the count on Triolo. With Prado on first base. Back-to-back singles for the Braves to begin this ball game. Jumping on Blair Henley early in the top of the first. Texas righty fires in. That's a strike right at the knees. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jared Triolo. Leads the Braves with 12 walks. Disciplined hitter. 2-2 count on with 2 aboard and no outs. No score from Red Wilson. Henley a glance back at second, set to the belt, and fires. Wave and a miss. Strike 3. Perfect time for Blair Henley's first strikeout of the ball game, and there's 1 away.
Maybe a little anger behind that fastball right there. Henley just challenging Triolo right at the top of the strike zone. A fastball, and righty could not catch up to it. Blows it right by him.
Added out, Spencer Brickhouse digs in. Dangerous lefty hitter from ECU. With 2 aboard and 1 out. Koss will charge over, throw down, and they got him. Fantastic communication between Christian Koss and Blair Henley to take away the lead runner. Fitzgerald retired, and there's 2 outs in the first.
Well, there's the daylight play. Koss just flashing it right behind the runner. At second, Fitzgerald, and Henley sees it right away, turns and throws, and by the time Fitzgerald realizes it, he's a sitting duck.
Prado still on first. Initial offering misses low to Brickhouse.
That's big. That takes a runner out of scoring position.
Huge. After the Braves had hit back-to-back singles to begin the ball game, Triolo strikes out, and Fitzgerald retired on the base paths thanks to Christian Koss. 1-0 delivery, breaking ball. That's grounded foul, a ball and a strike on Brickhouse. Leads the Braves with 112 at-bats. He's gotten a ton of reps this year. 4 homers, 24 runs batted in as well. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball that just misses outside. 2-1 count. Prado still on first base. In the top of the first inning, no score between the Red Sox and the Braves. Henley shakes off one sign from Kerner. Takes the next, looks over at first base, and now readies the offering. Breaking ball on the outer third, called strike 2. Very calm afternoon in South Yarmouth. Little to no wind. And still no clouds in the skies. 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner on first. The pitch, fastball that bounces in the dirt. Kerner scampers up to grab it, and that count's pushed full. Henley gave up 2 singles to begin this ball game. Done a good job of working out of the jam so far. Still one more out to get. 3-2 count on Brickhouse. The offering. Curveball, swing and a miss. He got him. Spencer Brickhouse goes down. Back-to-back strikeouts for Henley, who works out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the first inning. No score from Red Wilson. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Test, test, test.
Nope, I'll give him this. What are we doing here?
So we're on TV, which is nice, so we don't have to really talk through the game. So we can just chat for the bottom of the half. Feel free to just keep going. No need to stop or anything like that. Actually, no. Why don't I set up the lineup, Brandon? You think that's a good idea? Let's do that.
I would do that right now.
All right.
Go right back.
I'm going to do that, and then we'll
There's no rush. No holding to that. You're good. You set on that. Yep.
And when you say we're on TV, where do you want me to?
There were the TV cameras on a game. We're just talking in the background.
So. Sorry about that. It's all you.
We're gonna have to fix your hair.
Bottom of the first inning, Red Sox scoreless with the Braves in game number 2 of the home and home. YD lineup goes like this. Zach Ashford leads off out in right field. Brad Beasley batting second. Andrew Dashbach in the 3-hole and playing first base. Quinn Cotton, the cleanup hitter, out in left field. Johnny DeLuca bats 5th and plays center field. Shortstop Christian Koss bats 6th. Nick Quintana in the 7-hole and over at third base. Luke Waddell, the second baseman, in the 8th spot, and Adam Kerner rounding out the order to face Justin Lasco, the righty from UMass.
2-run record so far on the season for Lasco, an ERA just over 2.5 at 2.66. Started 5 games for the Braves. He's thrown the 4th most innings on the Cape this summer, so a guy who's been out there and been on quite a few mounds here on the Cape so far.
So Henley works out of a jam in the top of the first. We head to the bottom. Red Sox will get their first licks, and we're now joined by Deputy Chief Steven Zaros, spending a little time with us up in the booth. Thank you so much for spending a little time with us here early on in the ballgame. Know you had the chance to chat with the Red Sox team earlier on in the dugout just before first pitch. Tell us about that conversation.
That was really special. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
And Kat Wilson with me, who is the director of our Big Nick's Ride for the Fall and a great friend. That was very special. I wanted to thank them for what you did, what they did for our fallen officer, Sean Gannon, who was murdered only a few months ago. I was there. And to have that night that you guys had was very important to us and very healing. So that was part of my message. And also, we talked about our American flag and how important it is to respect it and stand and, show honor. One of the reasons is I know what it's like to lose someone. I lost my own son, who graduated from this school in 2006 and played on this field for the DY Dolphins and went off to war at age 18 and was killed at age 21. And he came home in a flag-draped coffin. So The flag means a lot to me. I'm an American. I'm a patriot. I'm a police officer and proud of it. And I wanted to talk to the guys and let them know how special they are and how they can carry on. You know, Nick's dream, his last words were, "Don't worry about me, Mom. I'm living the dream." And, you know, these guys can live their dream.
So tell the people listening, which are, you know, a lot of parents from across the country that send their son here to Yarmouth to play baseball. Tell them about Big Nick's Ride and how the community comes together pretty much every summer now.
Absolutely. It's 9 years. So 9 years ago, July 23rd, is when my heart was broken. And since then, the town of Yarmouth and all of Cape Cod has had our backs. And we are very patriotic here. So to the parents of those all across our nation, you know, your sons are in good hands. The town of Yarmouth is a great town. It's a safe town. That's my job to keep it that way. And we need to make sure it stays patriotic because, you know, your sons don't play without freedom and without protection. And I also told them to you know, live their lives, live their dream, and carry on the mission of being proud American and helping people in need. That's what you do. And Nick knew it at a young age. And I can tell these guys get it too.
Yeah, and it must have been a treat for them to get to hear your words and really appreciate you speaking with them, obviously, and for all that you do with Big Nick's Ride every single summer. It's really cool to see the community come together, and unfortunately, in not the greatest way, we've seen that over the past few months with the passing of Officer Sean Gannon, but a great opportunities come out of that, at least for YD, with this ride-along that's been put together. Talk about that a little bit with the officers.
In America, there's a false narrative that is being spread about police officers, that we're, you know, racist or that we're violent. That is not true. And it's wonderful to have these young guys ride with us. It's great for the cops who see a lot of bad things. Especially recently, we saw one of our own officers killed. Our officers were covered in his blood. And to come here and smile and hang out with some, you know, kid from Iowa or something and talk about Sean and talk about policing and have them talk about where they come from and where are they doing it. They're not doing it on the field. They're doing it in a police cruiser. That's pretty cool. So Socks with Cops, that was started by
Aptly
us.
named.
It's perfect. And, you know, Steve Foucher is the one that put it together. I don't know of anybody in America doing that, but we love it. We love having one of your guys, one of your sons out there in a Yarmouth police cruiser, seat belted in, and just hanging out with a cop, going to calls and talking about stuff. And that's special. And what that does, it builds lifetime relationships and it builds trust. And it will stop the false narrative that's going on about police officers and restore the respect to law enforcement and being an American and you know, respecting our flag.
I've had the chance to talk with a couple of players and even a broadcast intern, Brandon, who had the opportunity to do it, and seemed like they all had a blast and just a really cool
He did?
experience.
Wow. That's cool. You know, sometimes there's a lot going on. Sometimes there's nothing. You never know. And that's the excitement, in a way, of police work. 95% of what we do is just service and help people, mentally ill, addiction. There's all kinds of sadness in this world. But there are the times that we have to be the enforcer, and to have someone with us experience that is special.
Joined by Deputy Chief Steven Zaros here, and the Red Sox scoring their first run here in the bottom of the first.
That's the way.
Brad Beasley coming across. He'll touch home. Over to second goes Quinn Cotton with an RBI. So YD striking early, 1-0 on the Braves. And Chief, tell a little bit about exactly what the ride entails and what goes through with the community on that special day.
Great question. You know, Nick is one of 16 son and daughters of Cape Cod that left here to fight for our freedom. And they didn't come home. You know, they came home in a flag-draped casket. So our ride does two very specific things. It honors the 16 fallen. They're brave people that should be remembered, and it helps heal their families who live the rest of our lives without them. That's very hard to do. But the second part of what we do is we thank the living. We need to thank our veterans and our first responders like Sean, you know, like Mike, who was just slaughtered in the streets of Weymouth. We must remember our fallen, but really reach out and thank the living, thank the vets that came home, make sure they're living their dream. And Big Nick's Ride puts 1,000 riders together, and it puts maybe 20,000 people along the route. It's like a parade, and the riders cry. I've done it, you know. And then something happens and you just feel so proud. And on the street, I've done that too, and you get a chance to cheer for a veteran or a police officer or a firefighter. And you know what? It's important for the Vietnam vets, because the Vietnam vets all across America, if you're listening, God bless you, we love you. And they were treated wrongly when they came home, and this is our chance to make it right. So we love having our Vietnam vets with us, and we love cheering them on and thanking them. And you know, 1% of America serves our country. This is a chance for the other 99% to come out and say thank you, and then go on with their day and have fun, have a cookout, you know, play baseball. But remember who gave them that chance.
A really great tradition that you have brought to Cape Cod and now get to spread across all of Massachusetts. And you mentioned the tragedy in Weymouth that occurred this last week and the outpouring of support that's come throughout all departments from Massachusetts. For people that may be listening at home from across the country, how would you describe the pride of not only Cape Cod but just the state of Massachusetts together?
Massachusetts law enforcement. Remember, where did our American freedom come from?
Born right here.
That's right. And it was fought for. So here we are years later. I wear this flag proudly. I wear body armor. You know, I weigh 22 pounds of gear extra. We are the thin blue line. You know, what that means is we're who comes between the evil that's out there and the good. Luckily, 99% are good. This is the greatest nation on earth, and we're proud to be police officers. We do it to help people, not hurt. But on the times that they resist, you know, the law or resist arrest, you know, things can happen. And our advice always is, whatever you're doing, if a police officer encounters you, try to show respect. And if you did something wrong, just go along with it. Nothing's going to happen to you. And let your day come in court. But there's no need to fight, no need to resist. And if you see a cop that needs help, help him. Don't just take a camera and video, you know, somebody attacking us. You know, we're just like you. We have families. We play baseball, you know. We're just like everybody else. We're just given a job that's a privilege. It's a privilege to serve. It's a privilege to wear this uniform. And Big Nick's Ride and law enforcement, it means a lot to me. It's kind of, we bleed blue. And that's what I would say is, you know, give the police officers a chance. They're out there protecting you night and day. And in some horrible conditions, like in Weymouth, I've never heard of anything. A police officer for 40 years, to have someone attack a veteran with a rock, murder him with his own weapon, and then murder an innocent woman who was watching. That should never happen anywhere in our nation, especially here in Massachusetts. Yep. And the chief and I, Chief Frederickson, is our leader. Nobody like him. He's the best. And we are committed to honoring Sean and Mike and all the others that have fallen, and we need to stop this. I don't want to go to another funeral. I'm going tomorrow. That's the last one. So we're committed to changing the system, making sure we're trained, making sure we're well equipped, and calling out any politician that doesn't do the right thing. We're not afraid to do that, and we're not afraid to speak to a judge that we think should have done something different. Everybody follows the rules and the laws, but let's put the bad guys where they belong. People that make mistakes, that's one thing. But if you're a real bad person and you've been arrested numerous times, you need to be locked up, and we're not afraid to make sure that happens.
Well, Officer Zaros, thanks so much for everything that you do in the Yarmouth Police Department, and know that a lot of parents listening and are very, very grateful of what you guys do to keep this area safe, and especially with Big Nick's Ride, to get to bring the community together another day just like that. It's pretty special. So we thank you, and thanks so much for spending some time with us.
You're welcome, guys. God
Thank
bless
you,
you.
Deputy.
Keep living your dream.
Thanks so much. Red Sox leading it 2-0 as we go to the top of the second inning. Already one away. And Blair Henley collecting another K. Lyle Lynn at the dish. Ashton Barzell batting from the right side. Lynn striking out swinging. And the Red Sox already up 2-0. Oh, 0-2 count on Barzell. The pitch misses high. Fastball. Ball in 2 strikes. 2-0 lead for the Red Sox. We thank Deputy Chief Steven Zaros for spending some time with us and get to hear about just a really, really great tradition here in Yarmouth with the 1-2 missing low, but a swing and a miss from Barzell. Another strikeout for Blair Henley. Now 2 outs in the top of the second inning.
How about that? After the 2 singles to lead off the ball game, now 4 straight strikeouts of these Braves batters. And he's just going after him.
Calming things down, make it 4 Ks for Henley. Red Sox plating 2 in the bottom of the first inning. RBI single from DeLuca that brought in the run, as well as an RBI for Quinn Cotton that plated 2. So the Red Sox in business here. When YD scores first, it's usually a good sign. They're 12-1 when they're able to hop out on front. First pitch is grounded into the glove of Quintana. He's up with it, throws across the diamond in time. Nick Quintana flashing the leather, and the Braves go down in order. We go to the bottom of the second inning. 2-0 lead for the Red Sox. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Christian Koss strides up for the second time in as many innings in the bottom of the second inning. Red Sox out in front over the Braves. 2-0 RBIs collected by DeLuca and Cotton in the bottom of the first inning. DeLuca then caught stealing that ended the frame. So Koss back up at it again to face Justin Lasco, the righty from UMass. First pitch, fastball that nabs the inner third for a strike. He gets ahead of Koss. 6'4", 220. 5 starts, pitched in now 28 innings on the Cape for the Bourne Braves. 0-1 pitch to Koss. Waved at and missed bit of an off-balance hack from Koss, and he's down 0-2. 2-1 record for Lasco. Lone loss coming in his last start down in McKeon Park against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. From the windup, 0-2. Bounding grounder over to third. Triolo up with it, throws across, and gets Koss just in time for the first out of the inning.
Koss trying to be aggressive right there, ends up jumping out at an off-speed pitch and just gets that one off the end of the bat and a high grounder over to Triolo at third, able to make the easy play.
Nick Quintana to bat from the right side, leading the team with 30 strikeouts. They've got the average up to 230. It's been slowly climbing. Scored a run yesterday. One away. Pitch to Nick. Curveball that slides into the strike zone. Lasco, a guy that is efficient with his pitches, or at least so far this summer, and he's pitched into quite a few games. One contest where he went through 4, 1 through 5, and then 3 times he's completed the 6th inning for the Braves. From the windup, 0-1 to Quintana, out in front of it, swing and a miss. Back-to-back counts that go to 0-2. Quintana will have to protect with one away. The base is empty. Red Sox up a pair. Lasco holds the glove over his face, moves it down, leg kick, and deals. Swing and a miss. Down goes Q. Second out of the inning and the first strikeout for Lasco.
That was a nice breaking ball placed off the plate away. Starts on the outside corner. And that causes Quintana to go chasing after it. And it just dives out of the strike zone away from the bat of Quintana.
Luke Waddell digs in. 222 hitter, the second baseman this afternoon for Scott Bickler. Righty on lefty matchup with 2 away. First pitch, fastball taken high. Red Sox ending their 5-game winning streak yesterday. 6-3 loss to these Bourne Braves. Trying to get back in the win column just the day after against the same team. 1-0 is cut on and grounded into the glove of the second baseman. Fitzgerald throws across his body. That pulls Brickoff off the bag. Infield single for Luke Waddell with 2 outs.
Not just a perfectly placed ground ball up the middle, just enough so Fitzgerald has to go a long way to that one. And with the speed of Waddell, had to turn and throw very quick over to first base, and the throw pulled Brickhouse off the bag. Waddell's safe.
Adam Kerner will take off the protection gear and will, in fact, bat here in the bottom of the second with 2 outs. Base runner for the Red Sox, and Waddell's got some good speed. Might find out if he can scoot his way into scoring position here. Give Kerner a chance to bat him in. Lasco working from the stretch, throws over. Sliding back in goes Waddell. 2 runs off of 4 hits for the Red Sox. 3 of them coming in the first inning. The infield single from Luke here in the bottom of the second. Lasco looks and deals. Fastball in the strike zone. Against Kerner, the San Diego product in the bottom of the order tonight for the Red Sox. Been in and out. Sharing time with Matt Dyer and now Patrick Bailey as well, the latest arrival to YD. Another toss over. Waddell back in. All 3 of those catchers have shown bright spots. All have their different strengths defensively and at the plate, especially when you think of Bailey. Kerner, solid all around. 0-1 pitch. Swings at it and loops it through the hole. Over to the left side. Base hit. Back-to-back for the Red Sox here with 2 outs, and they've got 2 aboard for the top of the order.
Yeah, it's going to be a prime now opportunity for Zach Ashford, Luke Waddell, a nice perfectly placed ground ball, and same thing with Kerner. I mean, that ball's not hit all that hard, but just finds the 5.5 hole between Triolo at third and Prado over at short.
So 2 aboard now with 2 outs. Lasco got Koss to ground out, then Quintana to strike out swinging. But an infield single from Luke Waddell. Now a line drive from Kerner. gives the Red Sox something to work with here in the bottom of the second. First pick to Ashford. Misses just outside. Leadoff man for YD leads the club with 15 walks. Very disciplined hitter. 287 average and picked up 2 singles yesterday against Bourne. Lasko, the righty from UMass, looking in at his catcher, Cooper Johnson, for the signs. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Ashford. Flies it foul, out of play. A ball and a strike on Zach. 7 runs batted in for the Fresno State kid. Number 8 is over at second in Luke Waddell. Won't take much to score him. Red Sox looking to extend the advantage here in the bottom of the second. Lasko, a glance back at second, and fires. Fastball, sliced foul, up into the hill. Becomes a souvenir for one of the fans. A ball and 2 strikes on Ashford. YD can clinch a playoff spot with a victory. Out in front of the pack, 10 points ahead of second, the Chatham Anglers. Can also clinch with a loss from the Whitecaps. They're hosting Chatham right now. 1-2 to Ashford is hit hard at the shortstop. Prado, great job to glove it and flip on to second to retire the side. Red Sox strand a pair. We go to the top of the third. YD up in front, 2-0. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Thad Phillips leads off the top of the third inning. Red Sox out in front over the Bourne Braves, 2-0. Blair Henley back out to toe the rubber and will face 8, 9, and 1. 2 up for Bourne in Game 2 of this home and home. Braves victorious yesterday at Doran Park, 6-3 the final. Hopped out in front of the Red Sox early on and never looked back. Henley, the righty from Texas, fires in the first pitch. Swing and a miss from Phillips. Right fielder from UConn, batting .261 entering today. Henley with the wind and deals 0-2. Cut on and missed. Phillips 0 for 3 yesterday against the Red Sox. Struck out twice as well. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. 3 pitches and a strikeout. Make it number 5 for Blair Henley. He's dealing here in the third.
How about the tear he's been on? Ever since allowing those first 2 singles, he's now struck out 5 of the next 6 batters he's faced.
And another possible victim in Cooper Johnson, catcher in the bottom of the order for the Bourne Braves, batting just .200. Back a returner to the Cape. First pitch, he'll take high and away. in 2017, played 5 games with the YD Red Sox, had 7 at-bats, no hits. And that came after some time with the Firebirds. 1-0, taken for a strike, evens the count up. Played 6 games with Orleans, 11 at-bats, and 2 hits. So minimal time for the catcher from Mississippi, getting another chance here with the Braves. 1-1 cut on and fouled high out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. Really, really nice afternoon in South Yarmouth. Thursday that's brought a lot of fans to DY Regional High School. 1-2 to Johnson is roped out into right field. It falls in front of Ashford for a base hit. 1 out, 1 on for Bourne in the top of the order, and Tyler Fitzgerald coming up.
Well, Henley tries to go again with an off-speed pitch on the outside corner. With this time, Johnson able to get the bat on it and get just enough to bloop it into right field for a base hit.
Tyler Fitzgerald, the leadoff man for the Braves, comes back for the second time. Singled on the first pitch of the ball game off of Henley, and then was picked off of the middle bag. Great work from Henley and Koss back in that first inning to strand him. Batting from the right side with 1 out and 1 aboard in the top of the third. Henley fires, bunts it into the ground. Foul territory, just rolled to the right of that lefty box. Just goes as a strike, so Fitzgerald trying to get the sacrifice on, but also with his speed, good chance to bunt for a single. One for 4 yesterday with the double. Already 1 for 1 today. Tight stance in the box. Henley looks over his shoulder and deals curveball, which swings in. Misses for a ball, 1-1. Five strikeouts for Henley through 2 1/3 innings. Start number 3 for the Texas Longhorn. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and lofted up and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. Got a score for you from Stony Brook. 5-0 lead for Chatham over the Whitecaps. If that score holds, we'll be into the playoffs for the Red Sox. Though if this one does as well, either way we'll do it to play in the 2018 postseason. 1-2. Fastball runs inside, called strike 3. 6 strikeouts for Blair Henley. He is on fire in the top of the third, and he sends Fitzgerald down.
Well, that one just a paint job right on the inside corner, so far inside it. Looked like it might have had a chance of hitting Fitzgerald on the wrist when he checked his swing, but ends up catching the inside corner instead for another strikeout.
Anthony Prado digs in. Now 2 outs. Johnson still on first. Initial offering breaking ball dips low. So the 3 hits given up from Henley. Nothing crazy, nothing too powerful. Just soft liners that have fallen in, but he's made good on it so far. 1-0, misses away. 2-0 on Prado. Went 2 for 3 yesterday with 2 singles. Also walked twice. He was on base a ton. Scored 2 of the 6 Bourne runs. And already a single today. Throw over. Dashbach applies the tag. Not in time, says the first base umpire, Rudy Fernbach. Two outs in the third. Another throw over. This one high. Dash doesn't even bother with the tag.
Trying to catch Fitzgerald leaning again. Got picked off back in the first inning. That time at second base. Henley trying to keep him close at first.
2-0 pitch to Prado. Called strike on the inner third. Jared Triolo stands on deck if needed. Henley trying to end the third inning right here. Another throw over. Back in standing is Johnson. That bit more adventurous than I think he wanted it to be. Almost ran himself straight off the bag. 2-1 count on Prado, the UConn Husky. Batting in the top of the third. 2-1. Hit hard at Quintana. Backhands, throws to first. Plenty of time. Nick Quintana have a day in the field. And the Braves go down. We go to the bottom of the third. 2-0 lead for YD. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Home half of the third inning from Red Wilson Field. Red Sox 2, Braves nothing. Brad Beasley starts things off. Andrew Dashbach and Quinn Cotton to follow. Facing the righty Justin Lasco. Got out of a jam in the second inning with Kerner and Waddell back-to-back singles. He got Ashford to ground out. A great job from Prado, the shortstop, to retire the side. So Beasley already 1 for 1. Digs in. First pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, a called strike. Had that double first blemish to Lasco in the first and came around to score the first run. 0-1 pitch to Beasley. He swings at it and puts it through the hole on the left side. 2 for 2, Brad Beasley, elevating the average into the upper 300s. He's been on a tear since that return.
Yeah, 2 for 3 yesterday, and first 2 at-bats today, 2 hard-hit baseballs. Both have found the outfield for hits, and he's been swinging the bat real nice. See why he's batting second.
Andrew Dashbach comes up. Reached base back in the first inning. Though was thrown out, a victim of a fielder's choice. Now batting here with no outs in the bottom of the third. Beasley off of first, has to dive back in to check in on him. So 2 for 3 yesterday for Brad, 2 for 2 already today. In the DH spot nonetheless, and he's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. First pitch to Dashbach, swings and skies it foul out of play. Leading the Red Sox with 21 runs scored. 9 doubles, 5 homers, 20 RBIs. Clip just over 300. Pretty much anything offensively that you could want out of your 3-hitter, Dashbach brings to you. No outs in the third. Righty on, righty matchup. Lasco setting just at the chest and deals a breaking ball. That's fouled off. Dashbach sat on it. Can't swing it around, though, and it's 0-2. Six hits already for the Red Sox. Recorded 10 last night, though the problem was those left on base. They left 10. Main reason that their 5-game win streak was snapped. 0-2 well outside. Not even sure you can call that a waste pitch.
Almost a makeshift pitch out.
Yeah. Though it looked like the catcher, Cooper Johnson, wasn't ready for it. 1-2 count on Dashbach with Beasley off of first. He's singled in the third inning. Red Sox up 2-0 over the Braves. Hoping to extend that lead. 1-2 pitch. Dashbach tries to check his swing. They'll appeal down the first base line. No swing, says Rudy Fernbach. Dash stays alive, 2-2. Couple of streaks snapped last night. The YD winning streak and also the Braves, for the first time in a week, won a ball game. Still sit in last place of the West, though. Tied with the Kettleers with 29 points. Beasley a good lead off of first. No outs. 2-2 pitch. Off speed and breaks away. Dashbach has worked his way all the way back in this count to push it full. Stanford Cardinal digs back in. Facing the righty from UMass with Beasley the lead off of first. No outs in the third inning. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Dashbach has it blown by him. Just the second strikeout for Justin Lasko, and there's one away.
That's just a perfectly placed fastball right on the inside corner. Dashbach looking off speed and gets the hard stuff inside. Can't catch up to it.
I'll bring up Quinn Cotton. Grand Canyon kid who reached base via the fielder's choice in the first inning. Came around to score as well. Now hoping to push Beasley across the base paths with one away. First pitch, fastball outside, throw down from Johnson. Not in time to get Beasley. He's back in sliding. Red Sox last night didn't get a whole lot of help from Tommy Mace. Couldn't go too far. Recorded for all 6 of the runs. Bullpen was significant, though. 1-0 outside, 2-0. Braden Fink came in, gave some good innings. He's been solid all year for Whitey coming out of the bullpen. Gave the Red Sox a chance. Had the tying run at the plate in the top of the 9th inning at Doran Park. But just couldn't bring across any runs. Beasley off of first base. Cotton waves his bat in the righty box. Awaiting the 2-0 pitch. Here it comes. Beasley going. Cotton grounds it softly through the hole on the right side. Beasley will turn second. He'll take third. A single for Cotton. Second baseman Fitzgerald had been pulled over to cover for Beasley stealing.
Well, a hit and run put on there, and Cotton just trying to put bat on ball, and the ball finds a side of the infield completely wide open as it just sneaks through, maybe gets out like 5 feet into the outfield, but it works anyway as a single.
Thad Phillips, the right fielder, had to come charging in. Other Beasley was going to turn third base and come home. That just hit so softly, but placed correctly, and it'll be runners at the corners with one away. Johnny DeLuca already productive so far, the RBI single that scored Quinn Cotton back in the first inning. Scott stealing as well. He'll bat from the left side, facing the righty Justin Lasko. Leads for both runners. First pitch. DeLuca swings at it, puts it through into the outfield. Another RBI single for Johnny DeLuca. Beasley scores, and the Red Sox lead it 3-0.
Yeah, another ball, not too hard hit, but finds the open side of the infield between Fitzgerald, the second baseman, Brickhouse, the first baseman. Sneaks into right field. Beasley only has to come home 90 feet. Easy way to score for him, and Johnny DeLuca, 2 RBIs already.
And the 8th hit for the Red Sox, jumping on Lasko through these first 3 innings. Still threatening with first and second. Christian Koss will plate for the second time this afternoon, as Johnson goes back behind home plate, trying to calm down Lasko.
Just amazing how well this team hits, especially here at home. You know their team batting average at home?
I would think somewhere around 300.
324.
Just incredible. But not too bad on the road either. They've got the best offense across the entire Cape. First pitch to Koss, he'll take it for a strike. But it's nothing crazy. Not a whole lot of power. It's just passing the baton.
Keep the line moving.
Next man up mentality. It's worked so far to perfection against the Braves. 3 singles already here in the bottom of the third. 0-1 to Koss. Swings at it. Bounding grounder to the shortstop. Prado has it for second. Over to first. Not in time. Koss going all out, chugging down the line. Now a push-up or two. He digs it out and keeps this inning continued. As moving over to third goes Quinn Cotton.
Well, good hustle down the line for Christian. It looks like he did eat it after crossing the bag at first, maybe tripped on the bag.
But that push-up made him look good. It was like he'd planned to do it all along. So Koss aboard. Cotton over to third. DeLuca retired at the middle bag, and Nick Quintana will have a chance to bat in the third inning. Strikeout victim back in the second. First pitch to Nick. Runs outside. Quintana, the Arizona Wildcat, batting .230. Prime RBI opportunity here with runners at the corners once again. Whitey already tacked on a run. 1-0 from Lasco. Quintana swings and golfs it foul. A ball and a strike on Nick. Red Sox in game number 33. So after tonight, it'll be 3/4 of the way through the regular season. And boy, have they put together a show so far this summer. First place by 10 points and shown no signs of slowing down. 1-1 to Quintana. Curveball that stays a little bit too high. Sure looked like a strike from up here. Lasco thought so as well. Count goes to 2-1. Koss on first base. Cotton is at third with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. 3-0 lead for the Red Sox. 2-1 pitch to Quintana. Another fastball misses away. Hitters count now for Nick.
Quintana here probably going to be looking for a fastball around the middle of the plate. That's what he hunts. Just get the barrel of the bat on it. He's probably going to hit it hard.
2 homers this summer so far. One just coming a few days ago against the Anglers. 3-1 fastball stays upstairs. Ball 4. Bases juiced for the Red Sox. A good opportunity for Luke Waddell, who's already got a hit.
And just a great eye there from Quintana. Lead off a couple of close pitches, but gets rewarded with the free bag. And now Luke Waddell's going to look to break this game open.
Just the first walk given up by Lasco. But it's a costly one as it puts the bases juiced for the lefty Waddell with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. 3-0 lead for YD. First pitch, a grounder right up the middle. The shortstop Prado's got it. He'll touch the bag to retire the side. YD leaves him loaded but tacks on a run. 3-0 as we go to the top of the fourth. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the fourth inning, 3-0 lead for YD over Bourne in Game 2 is just as many days. Braves victorious yesterday. YD out in front here, though. Tack on another run in the bottom of the third. Brad Beasley crossed home, courtesy of the RBI single from Johnny DeLuca. Puts our score line at 3-0. Henley back out to face Triolo. First pitch, wave and a miss. He goes fishing in the dirt. 0 for 1, the third baseman tonight for Bourne. First strikeout victim of Blair Henley back in the first inning. Since then, he's added on 5 more. 0-1. Triolo tries to check his swing. They'll appeal down the first baseline. They say no. Ball on a strike on the 3-man. .275 hitter. Plays his college ball at Houston. 1-1. Curveball that dunks in. A ball and 2 strikes with no outs, no one on base in the fourth. Red Sox looking for victory 20 of the summer. Henley into the motions. 1-2 is shot out into deep left center field. DeLuca going back, and that one is gone. A solo homer for Jared Triolo puts the Braves on the board. It's 3-1 YD.
Well, Henley he painted a fastball for his last strikeout back in the third inning. Tries to do the same here to Triolo to lead off the fourth inning, and Triolo looking for it. Jumps all over it and gets it out over the short fence in center field.
Fourth homer of the summer for the Houston product. Puts him in a tie with Spencer Brickhouse to lead the team. The guy at the plate right now. So now just a 2-run deficit for the Braves in the fourth. Righty on lefty matchup with no outs. First pitch from Henley. Cut on and hit over to Dash. Slow roller. He'll wave off Henley. Take it himself to record the first out of the inning. Brickhouse now 0 for 2. And Lyle Lynn to play. So between the first and second innings, Blair Henley got 3 through 6 to strike out. 4 straight Ks, including Triolo, Brickhouse, and the man at the plate right now, Lyle Lynn. Catcher from the Arizona State. First pitch, runs up high and scoots him down. That actually hit him. Home plate umpire Larry Rosenberg calling for it. So a free pass given up for Lynn. Didn't look like that touched him too much.
No, looked like he jumped down out of the way of it. Maybe caught the batting glove as he came down and just brushed him, but nonetheless a hit by pitch.
Tough break for Henley. He's just trying to run that fastball in. Gives up a base runner. Ashton Bardzell to plate from the right side. Went 4 for 4 yesterday. All 4 hits were singles. First pitch, curveball goes across for a strike. Those 4 singles helping to elevate the average up to 271. There was one of those strikeouts back in the second inning. Henley sets and deals. Grounded foul. Blair in the driver's seat. 0-2 on Bardzell. With a runner on first, it's Lyle Lynn. 3-1 ball game. Jared Triolo solo shot to start the fourth inning. Put it out of Red Wilson. And that cuts into the YD lead. Henley the signs from Kerner. Deals the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Make it 7 strikeouts for the righty from Texas. And there's 2 away.
Well, this time he throws a fastball for Bardzell to go chase after. Throws it up above the letters and off the plate away. And that looked so good for Bardzell. He just could not hold back from it and comes up empty.
David Langer will dig in. Just his 5th plate appearance of the season for Bourne. Just playing in his second game. Still no hits. First pitch, fastball that's bounced in the dirt. Kerner blocks it, does a nice job. He's really solid defensively behind there. Almost never see something get past him to the backstop. Not the tallest or biggest of catchers, but it is a great job of keeping everything in front of him. 1-0 pitch to Langer. High curveball that stays elevated. And the count moves to 2-0.
And it's so hard for these guys because most of them, they're playing every third day. It's usually been a rotation for Scott Pickler, and Matt Dyer, Adam Kerner, Vito Freesia, beginning of the season. Now Patrick Bailey trying to work them all in time.
Just trying to stay focused. 2-0, fastball upstairs, 3-0. And catching, just a really difficult thing to kind of get reps without, well, being in a ball game.
Yeah, and it's the one position on the field that kind of eats away at you over the years, and that's why you see so many catchers they get banged up, move to different positions.
3-0, fastball gets away from Kerner on the webbing. No harm done, though. It was ball 4, so Lynn will go to second, and Langer advances on the walk. First walk given up by Henley, so he's hit a batter and walked one here in the 4th. Also given up the homer. And Thad Phillips will step up with 2 outs and 2 aboard. Chance to cut this deficit once again. 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging to begin the 3rd inning. First pitch, fastball low. Kerner up with it. Lynn will scamper back. Thought about taking third base and thought much better of it. And Kerner will go out to chat.
That's 5 straight balls from Henley. They're just being so on fire and around the plate, and don't want to let this inning get out of hand.
2 starts, 4.15 ERA. Now pitched double-digit innings for the Red Sox this summer. 7 runs, 5 of them earned. And the strikeouts continuing to climb. 7 of them so far here against the Braves. 2 outs in the 4th. 2 runners on. Henley will step off as Waddell was approaching the bag. Saw Fitzgerald got picked off in a similar fashion all the way back in the 1st inning. Henley sets to the belt and fires. Fastball that's low. Another check swing from Phillips. Another appeal. And another wave safe. 2-0. Phillips, 3 strikeouts over the past 2 days against these very Red Sox. Pitching staff that leads the Cape with Ks recorded. 2-0, upstairs and away, make it 7 straight balls. 296 strikeouts entering today, so 303 atop the Cape. Pitching staff that's slated right around the middle in ERA, but has a way to pick up those strikeouts. 3-0, fastball just on the outer third. Finally a strike for Henley, and it's 3-1.
Now we saw this in his last start, too. It came in the 4th inning where Henley just kind of lost the control of the strike zone after looking so good. And here in this start, he's going to have to find a way to kind of break out of it. Had a string of walking, I believe, 3 or 4 straight Commodores. Was able to get out of the inning, though, without major damage.
3-1 is grounded over to Quintana. He's got it. It's a foot race to the bag, and Nick wins it to retire the side. Braves get on the board, though, thanks to the solo homer from Jared Triolo. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 3-1 lead for YD. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the fourth inning, Red Sox lead it 3-1 over the Braves. Bottom of the order, Adam Kerner due up. Ashford and Beasley as well to face a new pitcher for Bourne, Andy Archer. Right-handed reliever from Georgia Tech with an ERA of 3.18, making appearance number 4. Working from the windup, first pitch to Kerner. He swings at it and skies it. High but foul, out of play. Just 2 earned runs given up by Archer so far. 6 strikeouts, no walks as well, through 5 2/3 innings. Kerner 1 for 1. The pitch misses outside. A ball and a strike on the catcher. Single came back in the second inning. Only inning so far that the Red Sox haven't tallied a run. Gotten a runner in scoring position, though, in every frame. 1-1 to Kerner. Curveball cut at and missed. Nice pitch from Archer to get ahead in the count. A ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, we'll see how this Whitey lineup adjusts. Able to peg Justin Lasko in 3 innings with 8 hits.
7 singles, just the 1 double. 1-2. Misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That only extra base hit was Brad Beasley's in the second batter of the ball game. Red Sox scored 2 in that frame. Added on a third in the third. Beasley crossing home. 2-2 pitch to Kerner. Curveball, he sits on it and puts it through the hole, up the middle. Adam Kerner 2 for 2 with a couple of singles, and the Red Sox have the lead runner on.
Kerner not trying to do too much with that, just sticks the bat head out, just kind of a defensive swing. Balls goes right back where it came from. It gets past the glove of Tyler Fitzgerald, out at second base and into center field.
Zach Ashford will plate for the 3rd time today. 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts, 1 to Fitzgerald in the first, another to Prado to end the second inning. No outs in the 4th inning. Red Sox up by 2. First pitch to Ashford. Swings at it. Kerner has to hold up. They do get the lead runner. That could have been very close to hitting him. It was a hit and run put in motion. But the Braves defense does their job.
Yeah, that one hesitation there from Kerner to try and get out of the way of that baseball might have cost him getting out at second base. And that's what did cause. And Ashford will now replace him over at first.
So tack on an out, Brad Beasley at the plate. Great day for him so far. We're only in the 4th inning. 2 hits, the single and the double, and 2 runs scored. Throw over, and Ashford's back in. He's got some speed. Looks over at Scott Pickler in foul territory down the third baseline for the signs, and regains the lead. Archer sets. First pitch to Beasley. Off speed for a strike. Now 4 hits off of the Braves in just about a game and a half. 2 singles yesterday, a third today, and also the double back in the first. 0-1 cut on and hit foul. Red Sox back at home tomorrow, taking on the last place Brewster Whitecaps, a very desperate ball club. Every contest for them down the stretch is vitally important. And Ashford's back in. They just can't afford to lose any more ball games. Beat the Gatemen yesterday at home to crawl their way within 4 points of a playoff spot. 0-2 to Beasley, hacked but foul. He stays alive, 0-2. Righty Andy Archer coming in the 4th inning to relieve Lasko. He could only go 3 innings. His shortest start by a full frame this summer in his 6th start. He'd pitched into the 6th inning 3 times prior. 0-2 on the outer third, called strike 3. Beasley goes down by way of the K, and there's 2 outs in the 4th.
First baseman from Stanford, number 44, Andrew
Andrew Dashbach digs in with a runner on and 2 outs. Ashford is at first base. He replaced Adam Kerner after the leadoff single. Andy Archer since then has collected a ground out and also got Beasley to strike out. Starts Dash off with a breaking ball that falls low. Struck out swinging back in the third. Just the second and final strikeout that Justin Lasco would collect. Another toss over. Ashford's back in. "3-1 lead for YD. Trying to respond to the Braves' lone run that came in the top of the fourth, thanks to a Jared Triolo solo home run. It came off of Blair Henley. Got a runner on with 2 outs. 1-0 to Dashbach. Lays off of it, and it misses just outside. Great eye from Andrew to let that one go. Meeting 3 of 4. Final one to come next Monday. Back at Doran Park. That July 23rd. The pitch waved at and missed. 2 balls and a strike. Red Sox beat the Braves back on opening night. Right here at Red Wilson. 12-10 walk-off single for Matt Dyer in the bottom of the ninth. Fell last night 6-3 on the road. Now back at home with a 3-1 lead. Another toss over in Ashford. Same result, back in. Paying a lot of attention to the speedy Red Sox outfielder who regains his 3-step lead. The pitch. That's a strike right down the middle, 2-2. Ashford with 6 stolen bases this summer. He's also been caught 3 times. That's the most by any YD player. Might try attempt number 10 right here. 2-2. Dashbach hits it hard on the ground, off the glove of Prado, and it falls into shallow left field. Langer will have to come in and grab it. Over to second goes Dashbach. Ashford to third. 2 runners in scoring position for Quinn Cotton.
Well, that one just a bad break for Prado. Looked like he was there in time on the slide, and it just kicks off the heel of his glove and into left field. They're going to give Dashbach a single on that one. No errors, so I think that'll be a double.
Andrew Dashbach with his 10th double of the summer. His 15th extra base hit in the tops of the Cape in that category. And continues this 4th inning. It'll be up to Quinn Cotton. Try and get some runs on the board here.
And again, 10 hits for YD, and we're just through 3 2/3 sitting here in the bottom of the 4th.
Matching their double from a full 9 last night. Archer asking for the signs again from Johnson. He gets them and deals. Cotton first pitch hacking and puts it foul. Quinn, the infield single coming in the 3rd inning. Just a very slow roller that got through an entire open right side. Also grounded into the fielder's choice in the 1st and came around to score. 2 outs in the 4th inning. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. 0-1 count. Pitch to Cotton. Fastball well outside. A ball and a strike. Leads the Red Sox in at-bats. He's seen a ton of action this summer. This number 112. He's been over the hundreds for a few days now. 1-1, cut on and miss. A big hack from Quinn. That breaking ball fooled him, though. 1-2. DeLuca on deck with 2 outs. Kerner led off the inning with a single. Ashford grounded into the fielder's choice. Beasley struck out. And Dashbach has since doubled to put runners at 2nd and 3rd. 1-2 to Cotton. He skies it high, and that'll get out of play. A few of the younger fans go running for the foul ball, and the count stays at 1-2. Just 11 games remaining in the regular season after tonight. That final push to the postseason, which begins right in that first week of August. YD in control of first place at the moment. 1-2 to Cotton. He golfs this one high out into right center field. Phillips moving over. Also the center fielder Barzell, who makes the snag to retire the side. Red Sox strand another pair of runners, and we go to the top of the fifth. 3-1 lead for YD. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Through 4 full innings from Red Wilson Field, Red Sox lead it 3-1 over the Bourne Braves, looking for quick revenge and to take a regular season series lead. Blair Henley back out to toe the rubber for YD. Had at least one strikeout in every inning. In fact, that fourth frame was the only inning so far that he's only collected one strikeout. He's up to 7. He'll face Cooper Johnson, the 9-man from Mississippi. 1-for-1 today with a single back in the third inning. Just one of 4 hits that the Bravos have collected. Johnson from the right side. 200 hitter. First pitch. Lets it go by upstairs. Catcher tonight for the Braves. Played in 11 games last year on the Cape in 2017. 5 with these YD Red Sox and 6 up Route 6 at Eldridge Park with the Orleans Firebirds. No outs in the fifth, no one on base. 1-0 from Henley. Fastball low, but a cut and a miss from Johnson down to an E. Ball and a strike. Henley from the windup deals. Soft hit to Quintana at third. Up with it, throws across the diamond for the first out. Nick Quintana's been real solid over at third base this afternoon.
Yeah, it's been a real busy day for him over there, and whether it's a diving play to his left or just a routine ground ball, he's been on top of it.
Tyler Fitzgerald, the leadoff man for Bourne Braves, will bat once again. 1-for-2. Single on the first pitch back in the first inning. Now he struck out looking back in the third. First pitch runs high and in tight. He turns the body away to avoid it. That fastball just kept ramping up, and finally Fitzgerald gets out of the way at the last second. 1 out, base is empty. 1-0 pitch. Cut on and miss. Nice curveball from Henley. The bottom dropping out of it. Evens the count up at a ball and a strike. And a little fan has run all the way over to Nick Quintana. His father will come and retrieve him, make the slow stroll back through foul territory. I mean, yeah, Quintana's been having a great day, but, kid, you got to wait in at least the end of the inning to give him a high five. But it's all smiles from Nick. And it looks like we're back and ready for baseball. 1-1 pitch to Fitzgerald. Taken inside for a ball. TJ, I've heard of streakers and fans that'll run on to the playing field. That kid couldn't have been older than 2 or 3. Maybe the youngest fan on a field in the nation. 2-1. Curveball that misses low.
A little surprised it took us this long to see someone run out onto the field in the middle of an inning.
I'm just impressed he made it all the way out there. I mean, the kid yes, he could walk, but it wasn't fast, and he made it all the way to Quintana. 3-1 is lofted high, but well out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's been kind of a slow game, couple runs here and there. That might have been the most exciting moment. That kid made it all the way through foul territory, past the fan obstruction line, which there are announcements to say you can't cross it, and he got all the way to Quintana at third. Who knows? He could have made it all the way to the outfield if it had gone on any longer. Payoff pitch to Fitzgerald. Broken bat, grounder over to Koss, ranges to his left, throws across, and there's 2 away.
Now that's a real pretty play from Koss at short. Had a little bit way to go into the hole up the middle, and then able to get that ball out of his glove quickly, and an accurate throw over to Dashbach for out number 2.
So 2 ground outs and a fan on the field, and there's 2 away in the top of the 5th. Red Sox lead at 3-1. Anthony Prado will dig in. 1 for 2 days so far with a single back in the first. Here's the pitch. Curveball that drops in for a strike. Henley turning into a solid starter for the Red Sox. Productive against the Commodores last Friday night at Gov Fuller Field, picking up the victory. 0-1. That fastball buried in the dirt, a ball and a strike, and he's in line for the victory so far. That ERA entering today at 4.15. Chance to lower it here. He's only given up 1 run. Righty from Texas looking in at the catcher from San Diego. And the Yukon shortstop calls time.
Chandler Fidel up warming in the YD bullpen. Should Henley get into a little trouble?
1-1. Upstairs. 2 balls and a strike on Prado. Braves with 4 hits, Red Sox with 10. But just a 2-run difference here in the top of the 5th. 2-1 pitch, well upstairs once again. Over the helmet of Prado. 3 balls and a strike. And TJ, you were talking about it. Does seem to be some times when Blair just loses the location a little bit.
Well, it's just out of nowhere. He could have struck out 3 in a row, but out of nowhere, it just seems like 4, 5, 6 straight balls.
And he walks another one here. Prado will take first. Base runner for Bourne here in the 5th inning. Jared Triolo, who put a jump into a ball back in the 4th inning. Another homer from him would tie this ball game with a runner at first and 2 outs. 3-1 score in favor of YD. Triolo from the right side. Waves the bat over, awaits the first pitch, checks his swing, but won't matter. Called strike on the breaking ball. Henley gets ahead of the batter that's responsible for the lone Braves run. That solo homer that led off the 4th inning. Left the park out in left center. Prado off of first, 2 outs. 0-1 pitch. Pitch out. Kerner up with it, throws down. Not in time to get Prado back in sliding. Ball and a strike on the third baseman for Bourne. 1 for 2. 1-1 pitch. Check swing, runner going, and he'll take it. Prado in without a throw. Pitch missed low. 2 balls and a strike on Triolo and a swiped bag for Anthony Prado.
Well, it looked like Kerner was indecisive on whether or not to hold it there and frame it or throw it down to second, and that caught him in between, and that split second allowed Prado to swipe the bag.
2-1. Curveball inside, 3 balls and a strike. He didn't get the call, and he didn't get the chance to throw out the runner, so a guy in scoring position for Bourne in the top of the 5th. 2 outs and time called. And a balk, in fact. Going up against Blair Henley. First one we've seen in a while. And that puts the runner only 90 feet away. Prado just that much closer to that second Braves run. 3-1 count on Jared Triolo. The pitch is lined out in the gap in right center field. Jaunting home is Prado. Around first and holding there is Triolo. An RBI single for Jared, and it's a 1-run ball game.
Well, Henley just leaves that fastball out over the middle of the plate, and for the second straight at-bat, Triolo does not miss it. Just lines that one out to the gap. Doesn't take much to bring home Prado from third, 90 feet away.
And Scott Pickler up and out of the dugout makes the call. Chandler Fidel on to pitch here in the fifth inning. That'll send Blair Henley out of the ball game in the fifth inning. Gives up the run. It's now 3-2 Red Sox. Top of the fifth will continue on the other side of the break. Top of the fifth continues. Dana Gray, TJ Mathewson with you here at Red Wilson Field. Good one. One-run ball game now, and Chandler Fidel in to pitch for the Red Sox.
Yeah, 1-0 record, a 3.48 ERA, and 8 appearances this summer so far. Been real consistent.
Starts Brickhouse off with a fastball outside, and those are pretty much the two that he's got. He's got the fastball and then the big sweeping curve, which he'll work in.
Yeah, probably the best curve on this YD roster. It just looks so intimidating. Almost that 11-5 break.
Goes with the fastball here, buried in the dirt, 2-0 on Brickhouse. It's Triolo over at first base. His RBI single has brought the Bourne Braves within one. Scored Anthony Prado, who walked. All of that coming off of Blair Henley. Lefty deals. There's that curveball. Falls right in for a strike. It's just a gorgeous motion. Starts sometimes up even at the shoulders of some of the batters and drops right in. 2 outs in the fifth, 3-2 Red Sox. Fidel, the tall lefty, working against the lefty Brickhouse. 2-1. Another curveball, and Spencer can't hold up the swing. Another strike. And he knew it the second his wrist cracked. 2-2. Henley goes 4 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs in 5 hits. Collects 7 strikeouts and just the 1 walk. 2 outs, runner on. 2-2 pitch from Fidel. The curveball called strike 3 on the inner third. Brickhouse knew it. Chandler comes in and does his job just to strike out. That's all that needed as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Braves add a run. It's 3-2 Red Sox. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Bottom of the 5th inning here at Red Wilson Field. 3-1 Red Sox lead over 3-2, pardon me, over the Bourne Braves. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up in the YD lineup. Johnny DeLuca will dig in to lead off the inning, followed by Christian Koss and then Nick Quintana. Andy Archer still out on the bump for Bourne. Came in relief of Justin Lasko, only lasted 3 innings. Archer out for a second frame. First pitch to Luca, lofted out into center field. Back is Barzell. He's there about 10 feet from the wall. He's there to make the catch for a quick out number 1. Johnny DeLuca gave that one a bit of a ride, but not enough to get out to center field, and that'll bring up Christian Koss. Koss today 0 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice in the 3rd and grounded out to 3rd in the 2nd inning. That fielder's choice, one where he kind of ate it past the bag at first base. Did a couple push-ups, bounced right back. There's a bit of a quick pitch from Archer over on the outside corner for a strike, almost Johnny Cueto-esque. Instead of bringing that leg up, just hops right into the, here it is again, swing and a miss from Koss, and the count quickly 0-2. Don't even bother picking the leg up when you're in the windup and just striding right towards the plate. Got Koss that time. Here's the wind in the 0-2. Curveball hit down to the line at 3rd. Fielding it is Triolo. Fields throws on over to first in time for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Andy Archer here in this 5th inning. Second time today, Koss is grounded out to Triolo, and that will bring up Nick Quintana.
Give Christian credit for at least getting that one in play and hitting it hard. You're right, TJ, having to deal with that wacky motion as a hitter, especially 2 different forms in one at-bat. It's not easy.
So here's Nick Quintana. 0 for 1 today, a strikeout and a walk. First pitch from Archer, floats high and misses. Off-speed pitch there. Just could not find the top of the strike zone. 1-0 the count on Quintana. 0 for 3 yesterday in the loss versus these very same Bourne Braves. During today, a 230 clip. 1-0. That misses inside. 2-0 the count on Nick Quintana. Just an at-bat ago, Quintana had a very good hitter's count to himself and ended up drawing a walk. And now worked himself another one. 2-0 the count. The third baseman, the Arizona Wildcat. Here's the 2-0. That misses inside. 3-0 the count on Nick Quintana. Archer's missed with all 3 to start the third baseman.
Well, when Nick is swinging a great bat, it forces pitchers to kind of have to pitch around him, not give him something to hit.
The windup, here's the 3-0. Misses high, ball 4. 2 straight walks for Nick Quintana here in this ball game. And that will extend the inning. Luke Waddell, a chance to bat with a runner on. None of those pitches really too close to the plate. Quintana just stood there, the bat on his shoulder, took the free pass. Waddell today, 1 for 2. A ground out and an infield single to his name so far. As a lefty from Georgia Tech will step in against Archer. These two actually teammates with the Yellow Jackets. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and watches the first pitch over the middle for strike 1. These two also teammates with YD Red Sox hurler Brant Herter. Waddell digs back in. Slightly open stance from the left side. Archer winds the 0-1. That misses outside. 1-1 the count. Now it's always cool to get to watch these teammates go after each other. Talk about maybe some fall ball trash talk once they get back to campus in the fall. Always a possibility. As wind and throw on over to first. Quintana back in plenty of time. And, you know, just trash talk throughout the season. The one time you get to face your teammate in a really serious situation, and you get the best of them. Here's the 1-1. Fastball drifts outside, 2-1 the count.
Bragging rights up for grabs, and it may just be a summer league game, but hey, sacks in the Cape Cod Baseball League, they matter. People look at those, and you know, especially for a pitcher, a reliever with limited innings, you got to take these at-bats with great importance.
Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss from Waddell. Fans right over the top of an off-speed pitch from Archer. 2-2 the count on the Georgia Tech product. As Quintana stands over at first, he reached with the 2-out walk, and Waddell at the plate trying to keep the inning alive. 3-2 the score, Red Sox and Braves. Series tied all up at 1. As Archer steps off, goes through the signs again with Cooper Johnson behind the plate. Whitey took game 1 of the season here at Red Wilson. Matt Dyer walk-off single. 2-2, dribbled up the first base side and through into right field for a base hit. Quintana will hit the brakes at second, and Waddell checks in with his second base hit of the day. That one just gets through the open right side of the infield, past the first baseman Spencer Brickhouse, just enough to his right that he could not get there. And out 2 on, 2 out for Adam Kerner.
Well, Brickhouse was holding on Quintana very closely at the bag, and because he was hugging that line so tightly, it took him a little bit longer to move off of it. And worked out for Waddell, now 2 aboard.
So now here's Adam Kerner, a chance to keep this inning going. Kerner perfect on the day, 2 for 2. A pair of singles to his name. As he steps in against the righty Archer. That first pitch fastball catches the outside corner for strike 1. Kerner entering today at .214 batting average. Hasn't played since July 15th. That being 4 days ago. Archer looks back at Quintana at second base. All right, he winds. Here's the 0-1. Curveball misses off the plate away. Evens up the count at 1-1. Outfield playing a little shallow for Kerner. The Langer out in left, Barzell in center, Phillips out in right. Shade slowly starting to creep onto the infield here at Red Wilson as we pass the 6:30 hour. It's the 1-1 inside and gets a piece of Kerner right on the shoulder. So he will jog down to first base. He reaches on the hit by pitch. 3 straight Whitey base runners reach with 2 outs here in the 5th. And the top of the lineup now up to do damage. Zach Ashford to the plate with the bases loaded.
Well, Kerner realized he had a breaking ball coming at him and paid the price, just wears it. Loads the bases for the Red Sox. They had that situation back in the 3rd. Couldn't do anything with it. We'll see if Bourne does, in fact, go to the bullpen here in a prime situation. I mean, Red Sox with 11 hits, that's 6 more, but only the 1-run advantage. These are important situations for YD to not let this game slip away and really put their stamp on it.
Yeah, there's games where YD looks like Archer will stay out there on the bump as the Braves disperse back to their positions, coach back to the dugout. But games where they just keep piling on runs and the runners don't get left on base, and then there's games like today. You mentioned 11 hits, only 3 runs. Just got to keep the train rolling and a chance to score some more runs right here for Zach Ashford. 0 for 3 on the day, 3 ground outs. As the lefty from Fresno State steps into the box. As Archer sets, runners take their lead from Emory Station. First pitch to Ashford. He fouls it off down the third base side and out of play. Barzell out in center field, slated ever so slightly out into the left center field gap. Being a bit more open on the right side. Out in the outfield grass, Archer gets his sign from Cooper Johnson. He comes set right at the chest level. Here's the 0-1. Check swing from Ashford, and that won't matter. Called a strike by Larry Rosenberg behind the plate. Quickly 0-2, the count on Zach Ashford. It's Quintana over at third base. Waddell out at second. And Kerner taking the lead over at first. 3 straight base runners reaching with 2 outs. 0-2, the count on Zach Ashford. Looking to keep the inning going. Put some more runs on the board for YD. 0-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ashford goes down by way of the K, and YD leaves the bases loaded here in the 5th inning. We head to the top of the 6th inning. 3-2, YD leads over Bourne. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 6th inning here at Red Wilson Field. Red Sox leading the Braves 3-2. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up in the Braves lineup. Starting with the DH today for the Braves, Lyle Lynn. The first pitch from Chandler Fidel came in relief of Blair Henley. Her first pitch curveball over on the outside corner for strike one. Lynn, a Sun Devil of Arizona State. As Fidel kicks, and the 0-1. Curveball misses outside. 1-1 the count. Lynn spent majority of the time behind the plate for the Sun Devils. 312 average, 230 at-bats. Played in all 55 games. 1-1 curveball. Catches the middle of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The count on Lynn. Not a big power guy. Only 2 home runs in those 231 at-bats, but also doesn't strike out a lot. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses just off the plate away. 2-2 the count on Lynn. Just 29 strikeouts and 231 at-bats. 271 average for the Braves so far this season entering play today. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Fidel pulls out the hook and buries it at the back foot of Lyle Lynn. The DH cannot hold up, as that is strikeout number 2 for Chandler Fidel.
I mean, as a hitter, you have to know it's coming, and still everyone does, but yet Fidel just gets him to swing and miss. It's incredible. The motion on that curveball is second to none.
Just buried it right at the back foot. That's the first pitch to Ashton Burzell. Miss off the plate away for ball 1. That pitch, just so much movement, Dana. You said it. It just sweeps. 1-0. That misses off the plate away. 2-0 the count on Burzell. 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts today after going 4 for 4. 4 singles in the win for Bourne yesterday over these Red Sox. As the 2-0 curveball catches the outside corner for strike. 271 clip for Barzell. Entering play today, a pair of home runs and 9 RBIs. So he'll call time. Larry Rosenberg behind the plate will give it to him. So he'll step out, regroup himself. Tapped the plate a couple times. Fidel quickly out of the windup, 2-1. That catches the outside corner, 2-2 the count. And when I'm talking quickly, as soon as Barzell stepped into the batter's box, Fidel was into the motion. Barely had time to pick the bat up and bring it over his shoulder. Wind, here's the 2-2. Curveball, swing, and a foul straight back. Just got a piece of it. That bounced off home plate and off of Adam Kerner as well. The count will stay even.
Just barely. I mean, he tried to pull the strings once again, and give Barzell a ton of credit to even make contact with that, let alone try and square it up.
This is a Whitey staff that has struck out 9 Bourne hitters working here in the top of the 6th with 1 out. Fidel stares over the glove at Kerner, gets his sign, 2-2 pitch, just misses off the plate away. 3-2 the count on Ashton Barzell. Junior out of Hartford. Speaking of Hartford, Whitey will be playing there a couple days from now. Tuesday after the All-Star game, they'll face the Wareham Gatemen at Dunkin' Donuts Park. 3-2 grounded up the middle. The diving stop by Waddell, throwing over to first, not in time to get Barzell hustling down the line. A great diving play up the middle by Luke Waddell to keep that ball on the infield, but just too much ground to cover on the field and the throw to get Barzell hustling down the line.
Well, a great effort, and there's just not much more you could do. He had to cover a ton of ground, and with that energy that he spent getting to that baseball, to even come up and throw and make it close was just impressive.
Here's David Langer, the left fielder today, as Fidel throws over and safe over at first base. Barzell just catches it in time as it looked Dashbach either wasn't expecting the throw from Fidel or just lost it in the sun. As that sun, which sets off to our left down the third baseline, as it sets, it peers right into the eyes of Andrew Dashbach as Fidel throws over again. Barzell back in time. As Fidel had Barzell leaning, and he had him caught in no man's land, but somehow it manages to find a way back to the base. Fidel comes set right at the belt. Here's the pitch. First pitch, curveball over right down the middle for a strike. Langer today 0 for 1 with a ground out. He's also reached on a walk. Fidel struck out the first 2 batters he faced. Stu Spencer Brickhouse, he entered to face in the bottom of the 5th. Got Whitey out of a jam as he'll throw on over to first. Barzell back in time. And he struck out Lyle Lynn to start this 6th inning. And Ashton Barzell, who's over on at first, reached on an infield single. The batter David Langer steps in, just his 2nd game as a Bourne Brave. As the 0-1 fouled straight back, Fidel working quickly ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. And he's played in his first game, the sophomore out of UConn, yesterday versus the YD. Was 0 for 3, a pair of strikeouts and a walk. And he will be playing for UConn this coming spring. Was at JUCO this past spring at Chabot College. Hit .407 with 7 home runs. Here's the 0-2. Fastball, called strike 3 on the outside corner. No argument from Langer as he will head back to the first base dugout. And that's strikeout number 3 for Chandler Fidel. Another paint job right there, and there's 2 down.
He's collected 3 outs, and all of them have been strikeouts. And I just feel like it's a broken record that we are. But, I mean, that curveball is just phenomenal. There's not much you can do as a hitter. A, you have to wait on it and let the velocity come to you. And then B, you have to deal with the placement because you just don't really know where it's going to drop. It could be low. It could be outside. And it's just been quite the weapon for Chandler.
So now 2 down. Runner still off of first. Fidel throws over. Barzell back in time. And it'll be Thaddeus Phillips, the right fielder, to step in for the 3rd time today. 0 for 2 for him. A strikeout. One of 10 strikeouts now recorded by this YD staff. First pitch on the way to the right fielder. That misses just off the plate away. And with that fastball, you just don't know what to expect. If you can't pick up the spin on that, that could either stay on the outside corner or drop off to the dirt, and you're coming up empty. 1-0. That catches the outside corner for a strike. 1-1 the count. Now it just shows how difficult it can be to hit a baseball. There's just a lot of little things that go into it. So here's the wind and a throw on over to first. Barzell back in time again. Fidel paying very close attention. Now, if you haven't followed this guy on Twitter, Rob Friedman, they call him the pitching ninja for Major League Baseball. Really does some great overlays as Fidel throws on over to first. Back in time is Barzell. It really just shows when the pitchers are at the top of their game, just the different release points and where the ball will go. It just shows just how difficult it is. Here's the 1-1 from Fidel. Curveball drops it on the outside corner. 1-2 the count on Phillips.
So often how different pitches can be coming out of the pitcher's hand at the same exact spot, same exact release, same exact motion. And you don't know about till a second before you have to swing what it's going to be.
Not even a second. As Fidel will slow on, throw on over to, look on over to first base. Barzell back in time. What is it? A couple hundredths of a second you have to decide? It's difficult. Fidel kicks. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Goes back to the hook and gets his 4th strikeout of the evening so far for Chandler Fidel as he strikes out the side here in the 6th inning and keeps the Braves off the scoreboard. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 3-2. Red Sox lead over the Braves. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the sixth inning here at Red Wilson Field. 3-2, Red Sox lead over the Braves. So it'll be middle of the order due up for the Red Sox. Brad Beasley, Andrew Dashbach, and Quinn Cotton scheduled to come to the plate in the bottom of the sixth inning. Andy Archer still out on the bump for the Braves. He's made it through a pair of scoreless innings out of the bullpen in relief of Justin Lasko. First pitch to Brad Beasley. Fastball paints the outside corner for strike one. Beasley today 2 for 3 with a strikeout, a double, and a single. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a foul straight back by the Cal Poly Mustang. And the count 0-2 on Beasley. Beautiful day here at Red Wilson Field. Here in Yarmouth, temperature sitting in the low 70s. Not a cloud in the sky. It's the 0-2 lined out into right field. That's going to get over the head of Phillips down into the corner for a base hit. Beasley hits the bag at first. He'll hit the bag at second. He's heading towards third. The throw in is not in time. Beasley a head first dive into the bag at third with a lead-off triple here in the sixth inning. As now he is 3/4 of the way to the cycle. A single, a double, and now a triple to his name here in the sixth. As Phillips looked like he was playing over in the right center field gap and had to go a long way to get that ball, which landed in fair territory and then went into foul territory. And Beasley, at the speed of an outfielder, made it all the way to third base. He's now at third for Dashbach. First pitch to the righty from Stanford. It's fouled off along the third base sign. That'll get out of play. Dash today, a single and a double to his name as well. That double coming off the glove of shortstop Anthony Prado. Kicked into shallow left field. Dashbach had 2 backs. It's the 0-1. Called a strike right on the inside corner. Quickly 0-2 on the Stanford Cardinal. Quinn Cotton, the righty from Grand Canyon, he's on deck. Stashed behind 0-2. Anthony Archer giving up the leadoff triple to Brad Beasley, infield playing in. 0-2 is popped high and foul. Giving it a look is Johnson as he rushes towards kind of the entrance on that first base dugout for the Bourne Braves. The ball drifts out of play. And the count stays 0-2. The infielders all playing in up to the lip of the grass to try and cut down the run. Beasley over at third. It's just a 1-run game. 3-2 in favor of the Red Sox. Jumped out for 2 in the first, added another one in the third. For the Braves, they added 1 in the fourth and 1 in the fifth. That's where we are at right now. Dashbach behind 0-2. Beasley off of third. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high. 1-2 the count on Dash. The Braves, it was a 6-3 win for them yesterday at Dorn Park over in Bourne. The series shifts here today. Game matchup number 3 of 4 between these two this season. So 1-2 line foul down the third base sign. That gets out of play to the sea of fans sitting down that left field line. The count stays at 1-2. Pretty good turnout here at Red Wilson here on a Thursday night. Great night for baseball. Not a cloud in the sky as we near August. 1-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Dashbach down by way of the K. He went out fishing for that one. Like he might have foul tipped it too, but back to the glove of Cooper Johnson. That's going to be 1 down. Here's Quinn Cotton. Now Whitey has left 12 runners on base today. They've scored 3 runs, but left out a lot out there, too. So here's Cotton trying to drive in Beasley now with 1 out. Infield still in. First pitch swinging. A swing and a miss for strike 1 at a fastball. Top of the strike zone from Archer. A team we're used to seeing able to cash in on those run-scoring opportunities. Average well over 6 runs a game here at home. Hit .324 as a team. 0-1, pushed a bunt up the first base side, and it drifts foul and out of play An aggressive call by Scott Pickler, coaching down at third. He's probably been dying to use one of those squeeze plays. Haven't had a lot of opportunities over the past couple of weeks. Scott will dig in behind in the count, 0-2. Archer's worked ahead of every hitter here in this inning, 0-2. Beasley tripled, and Dash struck out. Here's the 0-2 to Cotton. That misses just down low, 1-2. The count on Quinn. Western Athletic Conference Player of the Year this season at GCU. What a season he had. He hit .390. 19 doubles, 5 home runs. It's the 1-2. That misses just off the plate inside. 2-2 the count on Cotton. Good take right there from the righty. Outfielders playing at normal depth. Langer, Barzell, and Phillips. So here's the 2-2. Dribbled off to the left side. Picked up by Brickhouse. He kicks it, throws it over to first, and throws it away off the glove of Archer. Scoots behind the bag. The run will come home to score in Brad Beasley, as Brickhouse just kicks it over at first base, pops in and out of his glove, and allows Cotton to reach first. And it looks like they are going to, I'll wait for the word on the official score, but Beasley comes home to score. They're going to rule that an infield single for Quinn Cotton. So he reaches first, his second hit of the day for the team leader in hits on this YD squad. That's now 35 hits on the summer. That paces the Red Sox. Home plate umpire Larry Rosenberg will give a new baseball to Cooper Johnson, as Johnny DeLuca will step in for the fourth time today. A pair of RBI singles for him. He's 2 for 3. Now Cotton leads off of first. A run in for YD. Shows bunt. Pulls back as the ball will miss low. As they appeal down to Bill Hayes, umping over near second base. Said DeLuca didn't go around. DeLuca, the switch hitter, batting left-handed for all 4 plate appearances today. One of a couple of switch hitters on this YD roster. Actually, a few now. Patrick Bailey, Noah Campbell, and DeLuca. Hit and run put on. 1-0 fouled straight back from DeLuca. Cotton going on the pitch is going to have to jog back to first base. Really just a defensive swing right there from DeLuca. Just trying to put bat on ball. And fouls it straight back. 4-2 now, Red Sox lead over the Bourne Braves, working here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 1-1. That misses off the plate, away. It's the count now. 2 balls and a strike on Johnny DeLuca, one of the 3 starters for YD in the All-Star game. So here's the wind and the 2-1. That misses off the plate, away. 3-1 the count on DeLuca. DeLuca going to get a start in the outfield. Noah Campbell's going to start at second base for the East team, and Andrew Dashbach will get the start at first. And 9, all those guys out of 9 total All-Stars for the Red Sox. By far the most in the league. Throw on over to first. Cotton back in time. I believe the next closest is 6. Makes up well over a third of the Eastern Division team. So here's the wind in the 3-1. That misses low. Ball forward. DeLuca reaches on the walk. That's now the 3rd time Johnny has reached base safely today. And the inning will keep rolling on. Christian Koss will stride to the plate, with runners now on at first and second. Now Harvey Shapiro slowly out of the dugout for the Braves. That is going to be it for Andy Archer here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A run in and 2 runners still out on the base paths with 1 out. As a new pitcher will be into the game for the Braves. We will get that pitching change to you when you come back. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. New pitcher in the game for the Bourne Braves. It'll be Greer Holston, a sophomore out of Old Miss. This season appeared in 8 games, 1-2 record with an ERA just over 3 at 3.14. Has struck out 11 batters in the 14 1/3 innings he has thrown. He'll face Christian Koss, runners on at first and second. A run in here in the 6th, Whitey leading 4-2. First pitch from Holston. That misses way outside, high and outside to Koss for ball 1. Line on Archer, 2 1/3 innings, 5 hits. Struck out 3, walked 2. As of now, just 1 run on to his name, but is responsible for the 2 runners out on the base paths. Holston set, looks back at Cotton at second, fires home the 1-0. That's fouled straight back by Christian. And the count evens at 1-1. For YD, here in the bottom of the 6th with just an out, 4 runs on 13 base hits. For the Braves, 2 runs on just 6 hits. Holston stares in at Johnson. He gets the sign from his backstop. Deep breath, looks back at Cotton, leading off of second, dancing just a little bit. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses off the plate away. Held there for a solid 2 seconds by Cooper Johnson, but could not get the call from Larry Rosenberg behind the plate. So now 2-1 the count on Christian Koss, and a good hitter's count for the YD shortstop. 0 for 3 today, 3 groundouts. All to the left side. As Holston kicks and turns around, looks at second base, Cotton back in time. YD with the win, or Brewster loss, clinches a playoff spot. It's the wind and the 2-1. That misses inside. Brushes Koss back a little bit. 3-1 the count. That magic number 1 entering today, and as of right now, that holds up. Both these respective scores. Chatham out in front of Brewster. Bottom of the 6th inning, 12-1. So that final holds. YD will head to the playoffs. Clinch themselves a spot. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss by Koss. Chasing after a fastball on the outside corner. 3-2 the count on the YD shortstop. But if these respective scores hold, this one here at Red Wilson and the one at Stony Brook between Chatham and Brewster, YD in the playoffs. Here's the 3-2. That misses off the plate away. Ball 4. The bases will now be loaded for Nick Quintana. As Koss, a nice at-bat right there. Holston missing off the plate by a little bit with a few of his pitches. And allows Koss to reach. So now a Red Sox at every station for Nick Quintana. Looks to really put a crooked number up on that scoreboard. Quintana today 0 for 1, a pair of walks to his name. So he points his bat out towards center field. Holston comes set, takes a deep breath. Here's the first pitch to Quintana. Breaks off a curveball onto the outside corner for strike 1. Quintana, 2 home runs, 15 RBIs to his name entering play today. Has a chance to add on to both of those numbers with a base hit right here. He steps in the plate behind 0-1. That bat waving above his head. A pitch that catches the outside edge right on that outside corner. And the count now 0-2. Bases loaded. 1 out here, bottom of the 6th inning. YD leading Bourne by a score of 4-2. Brad Beasley led this inning off with a triple. He came around to score the only run of the frame so far. It's the 0-2. Curveball misses off the plate away. 1-2 the count. Then a strikeout of Andrew Dashbach. Quinn Cotton reached on an infield single. Johnny DeLuca walked. Well, those all coming against Andy Archer. He was replaced by Greer Holston, who proceeded to walk Christian Koss. Ahead in the count here to Quintana, though, 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and lofted over the shortstop into left field for a base hit. Coming home to score is Cotton, rounding the bag at third, and coming home to score is DeLuca. The throw goes into second base to keep Nick Quintana over at first as he checks in with a 2 RBI single here in the 6th inning, and that extends the YD lead to 6-2 over the Braves. Quintana didn't even get all of that one. That one just off the end of the bat, but gets it up just enough to get it over the head of Anthony Prado at shortstop and into left center field for a base hit. Great two-strike hitting from the Whitey third baseman, and now Luke Waddell looking to keep the train rolling here against the Bourne Braves pitching staff. So now 3 runs in here in the 6th inning. Whitey ahead 6-2. There's the kick in the first pitch. Bunt attempt shown. A squeeze play put on, and it is executed perfectly as Kost comes home to score. Throw down to first is in time to get Waddell. But Luke Waddell gets the job done. Lays down a squeeze. Kost coming home down the line. And Waddell finally able to get that squeeze play down. We all remember second game of the season, a similar squeeze play that Waddell popped right back to the pitcher. And the pitcher turns and throws on back to third and gets the runner hung up. And that would end up in a 1-1 tie with the Chatham Anglers. So Waddell gets the job done. Brings home Christian Koss. And the first pitch to Adam Kerner. 2 for 2 with a hit by pitch over on the outside corner for a strike. So now 4 runs in here in this bottom of the 6th inning. Extended this Whitey lead all the way up to 7-2. It's the 0-1. That one's lifted out into right field. Over is Phillips. He has a beat on it. Lost it in the sun for a second, but comes in, makes the dive, and makes the catch right off the grass for out number 3 here in the 6th, and that will retire the Red Sox. But not before 4 runs put up on the scoreboard, and YD extends the lead to 7-2 over the Bourne Braves. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. It'll be Trent Denholm who takes the mound to start this top of the 7th inning. In relief of Chandler Fidel, through an inning of a third, allowed just a hit, no runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. Whitey pitching now with 11 on the evening. The staff that entered the day with leading the Cape in strikeouts, tied with the Chatham Anglers. So now Denholm, one of the 9 All-Stars for YD, selected to come pitch out of the bullpen at White House Field on Sunday. We'll face 9-1-2 in this Braves lineup, starting with Cooper Johnson, the catcher. He'll watch a ball sail high and inside for ball 1. Johnson 1 for 2 today, a single coming back in the 3rd and a ground out in the 5th. Denholm out of UC Irvine winds the 1-0. That catches the outside corner 1 and 1 the count. Outside of some innings where Blair Henley lost control, this YD staff has really shut down the Braves offense today. So here's the 1-1. That misses off the plate away, 2-1 the count. Back in the fourth inning, Henley just left a fastball over the plate to Jared Triolo, and he punched it over the wall for a home run, one of two Braves runs. 2-1, curveball, swing and a miss by Johnson. Had him fooled. That pitch has been filthy as well for Denholm, whose strikeout numbers have been phenomenal up here on the Cape. Ronnie looks in at Kerner. Staring to get his sign, shakes him off a couple times, gets what he wants. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike three. Blows a fastball right by Cooper Johnson on the outside corner. It's the backstop for Bourne, just could not catch up to it. That's strikeout number one for Trent Denholm. And that flips the lineup back over. Tyler Fitzgerald now to the plate. I mentioned the strikeout numbers really ticking up for Denholm. In 14 innings this season, he has struck out 23. Comes in, has not allowed a run in those 14 innings. It's the wind in the first pitch to Fitzgerald. Misses low below the knees. That's 6 games, 14 innings, 0 runs. 23 strikeouts to just 6 walks, now 24. Here's the 1-0. That fastball catches the plate for a strike, evens up the count at 1-1. Bourne trailing this one now 7-2 here in the top of the 7th inning. Denholm winds. 1-1, fouled straight back. And the count now 1-2 the count. On Tyler Fitzgerald entered today, league leader, or tied for the league in doubles with 11. Had a day yesterday as well in Bourne's win. 2 for 4, scored a pair of runs. As he digs back in, open stance from the right side. Denholm winds. 1-2. That bounces in there, blocked by Kerner. That misses down and away. 2-2 the count. The shade now completely covering the infield here at Red Wilson as we are nearing the 7:30 hour here on the East Coast. It's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. An off-speed pitch up near his eyes, and Fitzgerald could not hold back. Strikeout number 2 for Trent Denholm, having that strikeout stuff really working. And there's 2 down. Anthony Prado now to the plate. That pitch looked like almost that Denholm missed his spot and still got Fitzgerald to swing and miss at it. So here's Prado. First pitch to him will be over on the outside corner. First strike one, a fastball from Denholm. Prado, the shortstop for Bourne today, quickly digs back in. Bends at the knees quite a bit. It's the 0-1. That misses off the plate away, 1-1 the count. Singled, grounded out, and walked today. Also came around to score a run, 1 for 2. Denholm quickly back in the wind, the 1-1. Catches the outside corner, quickly back ahead, 1-2 the count on Anthony Prado. Jared Triolo, he stands on deck hoping to get a chance here in this 7th inning. Denholm looks in, shakes off Kerner. Holds that glove right at belt level. Now into the windup, the leg kick, the 1-2. Off-speed pitch misses low, 2-2 the count. Dashbach playing off the line at first, Quintana hugging the line over at third. Waddell playing slightly shaded up the hole at second base. Here's the wind and the 2-2 from Denholm. Fastball brushes Fitzgerald back a bit, misses inside. Full count, 3-2 on Anthony Prado. Denholm will strike away from getting out of this 7th inning. The righty winds, 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Denholm strikes out the side here in the 7th inning. 1-2-3 go the Braves as we are stretching here at Red Wilson Field. 7-2 Red Sox lead over the Bourne Braves. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 7th inning, 7-2 Red Sox lead over the visiting Bourne Braves, and broadcast is joined by MLB scout liaison Jacob Jordan here for the YD Red Sox. Jacob, great to have you on again.
Thanks for having me, TJ.
So it's going to be top of the lineup due up for YD. Zach Ashford will step in for the 5th time today. As Greer Holston still out on the mound. First pitch swinging, launched out into deep right center field. Back is Phillips. That'll one hop off the wall and split the outfielders. Ashford will turn the bag at first, coast into second base with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 7th inning. As YD just keeps pounding the hits on this Bourne pitching staff. That one was launched.
Absolutely, and I think that he's been getting a little bit more power as the year's been going on, you know. He started out just a base hit kind of guy, and I think you can, chime in whether you think so or not, but I think he's really added some power and some pop to that.
Yeah, I think we're going to probably see him go yard once or twice before the season's over. So here's Brad Beasley. 3/4 of the way to cycle for him. First pitch from Holston. That'll catch the outside corner. Ashford, we saw him park one out beyond the right field fence during batting practice today, or at least I did. And I'm sure that he'll be able to do that in a game once coming down the stretch of this season. It's being game 33. So the 1-0, that misses high for a ball. On Beasley, that'll even up the count at 1-1. How about this guy? 3/4 of the way to the cycle. We saw Patrick Bailey a couple days ago get close to that. Wasn't able to quite pull it off. Was missing the triple. 1-1, swinging to the right side of the infield. Fielding it off the bag as Spencer Brickhouse fields the grounder, throws on over to first base, or kind of shovels to the pitcher Holston covering the bag for out number 1. I'll bring up Andrew Dashbach, a guy who really didn't get to get in on the offensive party bottom of the 6th inning. He struck out swinging first out of that inning. This guy's really just been everything you could ask for YD in terms of extra base hits.
Brings tremendous power to the table, and don't be surprised right here, even though he struck out last time, if he does some damage with a runner on third.
Dash in from the right side. First pitch from Holston. Off-speed pitch misses away. So with that ground out to the right side by Beasley, Ashford moves all the way over to third base. Dashbach, a prime RBI opportunity right here. Wind in the 1-0. That's swung on and missed from Dashbach. Another off-speed pitch tailing off the plate away. Evens up the count at 1-1. Dashbach a single, a double, and 2 strikeouts to his name today. Infield playing in again, trying to cut down the runner Ashford at the plate. 1-1. That's popped foul, high and out of play. I count now 1-2. YD 7 runs on 15 hits, no errors. 2 runs on 6 hits, an error for the Braves. As YD looking to pick up win number 20 on the season and clinch a playoff spot in the Eastern Division. Holston set. Here's the 1-2. Check swing. Pitch misses outside. Dashbach able to hold up. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Update from that Chatham-Brewster game. 16-3 in favor of the Anglers. And barring a wild Brewster comeback, YD will clinch that playoff spot. As strike 3 is called on Andrew Dashbach. A fastball catches the plate right at the knees. Strikeout number 3 for Andrew today. Now 2 down. And Quinn Cotton will try and not leave Zach Ashford stranded over at third base as he bats with 2 outs.
Dashbach thought that ball was a little low, and with 1 out and runner on third, you got to make contact. That's got to be the biggest thing. Going down, not even swinging, that hurts.
So now Cotton to the plate, trying to get a 2-out RBI. First pitch from Holston. That's over on the outside corner. As Johnny DeLuca stands on deck, has a pair of base hits to his name today. Pair of RBI singles. He's driven in 2 of the 7 YD runs. It's the wind in the 0-1. Misses high and outside. 0-2, or excuse me, 1-1 the count on Quinn Cotton. Guy that's just been a machine in the middle of the lineup, producing hits. Leads the YD squad with hits. Team best offense on the Cape, 1-1. That's popped foul and out of play down the first base side. That'll make the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Cotton.
Umpire not happy here that the scoreboard reads the wrong count, turns around and lets the box know that the count is actually 2-1, not 1-2.
Scoreboard's been slacking a little bit today. Holston set on the bump. Ahead of Cotton, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Dribble to the right side of the infield. Overs the second baseman, Fitzgerald. He can't get to it. It gets into right field for a base hit. Coming home from third to score is Zach Ashford. And a clutch 2-out base hit from Quinn Cotton drives in run number 8 on the day for YD. They lead 8-2. Another perfectly placed ground ball, not hit all that hard, but gets enough to get the job done.
He does. He puts the ball right in the 3-hole, and Tyler Fitzgerald really didn't look like it was an urgent spot for him. Just kind of jogged past the ball, so I think it still would have been a hit, but got to try a little bit harder than that.
Now Cotton off of first. DeLuca at the plate watches ball 1 low. There's now a run in here in the 7th inning. 5 runs the past 2 frames for YD as they lead 8-2. They've really pulled away from the Braves here in the later innings. 1-0 popped up on the infield. Over is Troiolo. Next near the foul line. Out into the shade right in front of the cut of grass in the outfield. He's there. He'll make the catch for out number 3 here in the 7th inning, and that will retire the Red Sox. And we will head to the 8th inning. 8-2 in favor of YD. Jared Triolo set to lead off this 8th inning for the Braves. They trail now by 6 runs. As another run pushed across in the bottom of the 7th inning by YD. So they lead 8-2. Search of win number 20 on the season. Coming off the bat of Quinn Cotton, an RBI single. First pitch to Triolo, driven out into deep center field. Back is DeLuca right in front of the fence. He's there to make the catch for out number 1. Trent Denholm was so good last inning, struck out the side. Triolo trying to take advantage of a first pitch curveball right down the middle and missed.
He was. I think he might have been sitting breaking ball, honestly, because he got a hold of it good, just no wind, and it was caught probably 10 feet from the wall.
So now steps Spencer Brinkhouse, the Cape League leader in RBIs. First pitch from Denholm. Brushes him back inside for ball 1. Now, if that had been on opening day here at Red Wilson Field, a matchup between these very same Red Sox and Braves, Denholm winds. Here's the 1-0, fouled straight back. Evens up the count at 1-1. The wind was really gusting out to center field. That would have been probably way gone. But here, 3/4 of the way through the season, no wind and no home run for Troiolo. The 1-1, that catches the corner inside. 1-2 the count on Brickhouse. Lyle Lynn also scheduled to plate. He stands on deck. Denholm kicks. 1-2. Swung on and chopped to the right side of the infield. Over is Dashbach off the line of first. Shovels to Denholm covering the bag in time for out number 2. Here in the 8th inning, Denholm has been working real quick and efficient on his time on the mound here tonight.
I think that's all you can ask for a guy is out of the pen is to come out, be efficient, hit your spots, and strikeout isn't always the answer. If you're getting the soft, easy contact, then you'll be fine.
So here steps Lyle Lynn. Today, 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts, and reached on a hit by pitch as well. First pitch, curveball from Denholm. Swing and a miss from Lynn. The count 0-1. Denholm looking to make it 6 up, 6 down. As the righty winds, 0-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped towards the shortstop. Christian Koss fields, running throw on over to first. A little hesitation, but in time for out number 3 over to Dashbach at first base. And that will retire the side here in the 8th. 6 up, 6 down for Trent Denholm and his work out of the bullpen. He has been excellent here tonight. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. 8-2, Red Sox lead over the Braves. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Red Wilson Field. 8-2 Red Sox lead over the Bourne Braves. New pitcher on the mound for the Braves. It'll be Sam Messina out of West Point, U.S. Military Academy. We'll face Christian Koss, Nick Quintana, Luke Waddell here in the 8th inning. YD leading 8-2. Righty has only appeared in 1 game so far. As he'll wind and fire home the first pitch to Koss. That catches the inside corner for a strike. Just 1/3 of an inning. July 14th at Orleans, a 6-1 loss. Struck out the only batter he faced. Out of the windup, the 0-1. Swing and a miss from Koss. Quickly ahead 0-2 on the YD shortstop. Reached once on a walk and has grounded out 3 times today. Also come around to score a run. A deep breath on the mound for Messina. He winds the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Koss strikes out. Swing. Ball gets away from the catcher behind the plate. Cooper Johnson finds it down the third base line. Fires a throw on the inside part of first in time for out number 1. So now 2/3 of an inning for Messina and 2 strikeouts. Here's Nick Quintana. He's had a day at the plate. 1 for 2, a strikeout, 2 walks, and a 2 RBI single. Came back in that 4-run 6th inning. Really put this game out of reach. So he'll step in. Facing Messina, who winds. Here's the first pitch to Quintana. Misses inside. Looked like I might have actually caught the plate, but Johnson was set up outside. Had to bring that glove back inside. And he framed it there, but wasn't called a strike. Messina winds the 1-0. That catches the plate on the inside corner. And Jake, that just shows how important framing is in the game. If sometimes you miss your spot and the catcher has to extend his arm outwards to grab that baseball, it's not always going to be called a strike. Messina stares in. Again, gets his sign. 1-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss from Quintana. Count now 1-2. The Arizona Wildcat.
Yeah, TJ, that's a firm fastball, and you're right about the catcher. You have to do your job. Same thing if you drop it. A pitch could be down the middle. If you drop it and it falls out of the mitt, then you're out of luck.
Here out of the windup. Here's the 1-2. A curveball dips down and away, bounces in the dirt away from Johnson. The count evens on Quintana at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Some action down in the YD bullpen. It'll be Tommy Henry, who's getting ready. It looks like he might come in for this 9th frame. Messina settles back on the rubber. Goes into the windup, 2-2 pitch. That's popped up high and out of play. And the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now joined by Brandon Pelter, 3rd member of the broadcast crew, here for YD, hopping on in relief of Jacob Jordan.
It's been another good day for Nick Quintana. The plate starting to climb his way off the schneid.
2-2 the count on Nick Quintana. 1 out, bottom of the 8th inning. 8-2 YD lead over the Bourne Braves. Here's the wind, the 2-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch dives down and away, misses off the plate. 3-2 the count on Quintana. Reached base 3 times today. Looking to scrape maybe a couple more runs off across the board for YD. Make the score a little more lopsided than it already looks. 3-2 pitch, misses down and away for ball 4. Gets away from Johnson as Quintana will reach base over at first, his 3rd base on balls today. And now Luke Waddell, who's singled twice and also an RBI to his name, will step up.
When you have 16 hits on the scoreboard, clearly an all-around team effort, getting the job done, a terrific bounce back from the Red Sox after the loss yesterday.
This is the first pitch to Waddell. That's popped foul out the 3rd base side, and that drifts out of play. You know, for many other teams, 16 hits would be a good offensive day. For YD, it just seems, especially here at home, just another day at the office. As Quintana now leads off of first, Waddell behind in the count 0-1. Messina now in the stretch. Winds, here's the 0-1. Swung on and lofted out into deep right field. Back goes Phillips. He's near the line, and that one hooks just foul and out of play. So Chatham now update that score. It is now 17-3 in favor of the Anglers here at Stony Brook Field. And with the score the way it is here at Red Wilson, YD is 3 outs in the top half of the 9th away from securing a playoff berth here in 2018. There's the wind in the 0-2. Swung on a dribbler to the right side and through for a base hit. Quintana will move up to second. Waddell checks in at first base, his 3rd base hit of the ball game. Now Patrick Bailey will come in and pinch hit for Adam Kerner. End of the day, 2 for 3.
Bailey, the ton of pop in the bat, a guy that's really getting hot here in his young Red Sox career.
So Bailey, the switch hitter, will bat from the left side against the righty Messina. There's allowed 2 straight base runners to reach after striking out Christian Koss to lead off this 8th inning. YD already in front 8-2. As the lefty Bailey will step in, wave that bat around up around his head. First pitch from Messina. That's over for a strike. Some scores from around the league. Mentioned the 17-3 drubbing, Chatham over Brewster. Right now, that's in the bottom of the 7th. A final from Lowell Park and Katuitt. The Kettleers defeating the Harbor Hawks by a score of 7-2. As Messina looks back at Quintana at second. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and popped up, and that'll drift foul and out of play down the third base side. Down in Falmouth at Gov Fuller Field, Commodores in front of the Orleans Firebirds 5-2. And then top of the 4th inning at White House Field, Wareham a 2-0 lead over the hometown Harwich Mariners. Of course, White House the spot for the 2018 Cape League All-Star Game, where 9 Red Sox will go there, represent YD. 0-2 the count on Bailey. There's the pitch. It's fouled up and out of play. Count will remain 0-2.
Should be a really fun day here. Hopefully the R word stays away. No precipitation falling from the sky. Can't say it, though. Can't jinx it.
Looking at the forecast, there is some inclement weather scheduled for Sunday. But as Brandon said, keep your fingers crossed. Hope it stays away. As the wind in the 0-2. That misses down low for a ball, 1-2 the count. For YD, 8 runs on 17 hits, no errors here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And for Bourne, 2 runs on 6 hits. They've committed 1 error. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3 by Bailey when fishing down and out of the strike zone for strikeout number 2 for Messina out of the bullpen. Now Zach Zubia is going to pinch hit for Zach Ashford, as he'll get to at-bat for the first time today. Ashford ends his day 1 for 5. So Zubia, the big right-hander out of University of Texas, will step in, points his bat out towards center field. Messina works with 2 on, 2 out. First pitch to Zubia, swing and a miss. 0-1 the count on Zach.
Zubia, as we mentioned in the past couple days, powering 4 home runs onto the Green Monster. A guy with a lot of power on the bat.
8-2 the score here in the 8th inning. Yeah, you mentioned that power. That was fun to see. You see a couple in a row up there on the Monster, making it look easy. Line the 0-1 pitch on the way. That bounces in the dirt, misses away for a ball. 1-1 the count on Zubia. It's Nick Quintana who leads off of second. He reached on a 1-out walk. Luke Waddell over at first. He reached on a single. Back-to-back base runners. Now with 2 outs here in the 8th. Zubia at the plate, trying to push across another run. 1-1 gets through the legs of Johnson behind the plate. Both runners will advance the place. That one went right through the wickets of Cooper Johnson behind the plate. Just could not find that one. So now Quintana stands over at third. Waddell over at second base. For Zubia this summer, 250 clip in 12 games. A double, a home run, and 5 RBIs. As he looks to add on to those totals here in the 8th inning. Head in the count, 2-1. Messina set, kicks the leg, the 2-1. Swing and a miss from Zubia. That evens up the count at 2-2.
Love to see Zach just barrel something up here, especially with RBIs out for the getting for Zubia. I mean, this is a guy that has the homer, but other than that, haven't seen that power really displayed.
Messina gets the sign he wants. Here's the 2-2. Bounces in the dirt, blocked by Johnson. The runners will stay put at their bases, and Zubia has worked the count full 3-2.
The big plus for the Red Sox here with 2 outs, runners are going. Regardless of where that ball is hit, anything that gets through to the outfield is going to score 2.
Zubia steps back in, 2 feet in the right-handed batter's box. Points the bat out towards center field. Now brings it back, taps it on his shoulder a few times. Messina set, 3-2 pitch, lofted over. No, leaping grab at shortstop by Anthony Prado, fully airborne. And he robs 2 base runners of scoring. Zubia looked like that was going to find its way into the outfield for a single, but Prado snags that one right out of the air, and that'll do it here in the 8th inning. YD leaves 2 runners stranded on the base paths. We head to the 9th inning. 8-2 Red Sox lead. Top of the 9th inning here at Red Wilson Field. YD 3 outs away from win number 20 on the 2018 summer. It'll be Tommy Henry on the mound to get the last 3 outs for the Red Sox. The big left-hander out of Michigan winds, fires home the first pitch. Ashton Barzell, that misses inside for ball 1. Henry and ERA up over 5 so far this summer. 4 games, started 3 of them. Struck out 14 and 13 in a third innings. The wind, the 1-0. That misses away, 2-0 the count.
We've seen Henry in pretty much every single role possible as a pitcher. Starter, then came in to work some middle innings. Now shutting the door in the 9th. Pretty cool.
Out of the wind again, the 2-0. That misses inside, brushes back the knees of Ashton Barzell. 3-0 the count. Not a great start to this 9th inning for Henry. 3 straight balls out of the bullpen. Placing Trent Denholm, who was electric. 2 shutout innings. 3-0. That's over on the outside corner for a strike. Denholm struck out 3 batters, 2 innings. Didn't walk anyone. No hits, no runs. Shade completely covering the field here at Red Wilson as we're now as the wind and the 3-1 misses just off the plate away for ball 4. Barzell walks to lead off this 9th inning. That'll bring up David Langer.
Just really no reason for Henry not to throw strikes in this situation. I mean, he's got the run support. He's got that cushion. Might as well just go out there and hurl your best stuff. No real reason to pitch around these guys.
So leadoff walk reaches at first and Barzell. Now David Langer, the left fielder, steps in. Henry kicks out of the stretch. First pitch, curveball. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. As we near the 8 o'clock hour, 7:55 time here on Cape Cod, South Yarmouth, Massachusetts. Red Sox and the Braves. 8-2 lead for YD. 0-1 pitch swung on and missed by Langer. Quickly 0-2. For YD, looking for that 20th win of the season and to clinch a playoff spot. As there's been a final from Stony Brook Field after 7 innings. Game called due to darkness, 17-3. Brewster falling to Chatham. As the 0-2 misses outside for a ball 1-2 the count. And with that loss, YD clinches a playoff spot here in 2018. How about that? Henry stares in, gets the sign from Dyer. Winds 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and popped up foul. That would drift out of play.
And you could probably tell just from about a week after that little spurt against the Kettleers that this team was something special and they were destined to make the postseason, especially with 4 out of the 5 getting there. And a couple teams struggling at the basement of the East. YD, they were in it from the start.
Pretty safe bet. Make the playoffs. 80% of teams, or pardon me, 70. I'm going to do the math on that. It is 80% as the 1-2 misses outside, evens up the count at 2-2.
TJ, I thought you liked math.
As you can tell, I'm not a math major while I'm sitting out here in the booth. Can't count on the scoreboard, too, though. 2-2 the count on David Langer, left fielder today for Bourne. Rewinds 2-2 pitch. Curveball popped foul and out of play. That'll find the fans down the right field side. Although clinching here 3/4 of the way through the season, game 33, ahead of the other teams. They are the first team to clinch a playoff spot. Langer steps in, waves that bat over his head. There's the 2-2 from Henry. Strike 3 called, paints an off-speed pitch right on the inside corner and catches Langer just staring at that one across the inside edge for the first out.
That's more like it from Tommy Henry, just going after Langer, no business about it. Doesn't matter that there's that runner on first. The 6-run lead's plenty. And he just attacked him. Like to see him do the same to Phillips right here.
So now Henry, a double play ground ball from getting out of this inning. So he faced Thaddeus Phillips, who's 0 for 3, a pair of strikeouts today for the right fielder. It's the wind, the first pitch. Curveball misses outside. Matt Dyer now behind the plate. Had to go get that one. Now Reese Albert out in left field. Replacing Zach Ashford, who was pinch hit for by Zach Zubia. 1-0, catches the plate right at the knees. 1-1 the count. Count even at 1. Here's the 1-1. Lined out into the right center, and that's going to get down, hit the outfield grass, and get to Albert for a base hit. Phillips reaches with his first base hit of the ball game. Now 2 on with just 1 out here in the 9th for Bourne. That'll bring up Cooper Johnson. 1 for 3 day for the backstop. Henry still looking to really get in that groove here in the 9th inning. Leadoff walk, a strikeout, and now a single to Thaddeus Phillips. That'll bring up Johnson, the 9-man. The top of the order stands on deck. Henry looks in, gets his sign. Comes set right at belt level. Kicks the leg up. The first pitch is over on the outside corner for strike 1. Henry, a returner to this YD squad from last season. Him and Carl Kaufman, Christian Koss, a few of the returners from last year's team. 0-1. That'll catch the outside corner again. 0-2 the count on Cooper Johnson.
Just such a different Tommy Henry and a much more productive one we've seen so far this summer. It seems like a year at Michigan this past season really did him wonders.
Yeah, all Big Ten second team selection this season. 0-2 pitch, fastball misses off the plate away. Last season, 8 games out of the bullpen, ERA up near 6. 3-2 record. Pardon me, 13 2/3 innings. Struck out 15, walked 7. Runners take their leads from second and first. Barzell off of second. Thaddeus Phillips over at first. Henry ahead 1-2 to Cooper Johnson. Here's the pitch. Fastball busts him inside. Backs Johnson off the plate a little bit. Brushes him back right at the knees. Henry evens the count at 2-2. Henry stares in at Matt Dyer. Tall, lanky left-hander. Michigan Wolverine. Kicks, 2-2 pitch. Curveball just misses off the plate away. Did not miss by much. Dyer held it there on the outside corner for a sec. Did not get the call. Johnson back in the batter's box. He's worked the count full against Henry. The lefty sets. Runners take their leads. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a chop foul down the third base side. That gets out of play. Tyler Fitzgerald, second baseman, stands on deck hoping to get a chance here in the 9th inning. Bourne trailing by 2. Bourne trailing by 6. Shade completely canvassing the field here at Red Wilson. Sun setting earlier now as we near the fall months. Here's the wind, 3-2. Fastball misses high, ball 4. Bases are loaded for the top of the Bourne lineup. 2 walks and a base hit allowed by Tommy Henry here in the 9th. And now he's going to have to face Tyler Fitzgerald. Bases packed and just 1 out.
Well, Braves just aren't quitting here. Maybe down by 6 runs, but they're going to keep passing the baton and see if they can get a few off of Henry here.
Just need 2 more outs for YD. Collect that 20th win of the season. So now Fitzgerald steps in. Henry set at the belt buckle. First pitch. That bounces in there, blocked by Dyer. 1-0 the count. This game now at 3 hours and 2 minutes. Just 25 outs recorded for YD as they need 27. The wind and the 1-0 chopped out to the second baseman Waddell. Fields throws to second for 1, on to first in time for out number 3, and that will do it here from Red Wilson Field. Final score, YD 8 and Bourne 2, as YD collects that 20th win of the season. As they move to 29-4 on the season and keep the pace in the Eastern Division with 44 points, as they are still 10 points clear of the next team, Chatham Anglers, who won today, defeated the Brewster Whitecaps. And with that, the YD officially now, game over, have clinched a playoff spot.
Well, TJ just won a win for the Red Sox all the way down to that final couple of outs. The 4-6-3 twin killing to end it. A lot of stuff to like from this collective offense. 17 hits anytime you're putting up that much production. It's a good afternoon. Solid starting pitching from Blair Henley. So long, good night. We're on to the playoffs, baby.
So Blair Henley will pick up the win. 4 2/3, 4 hits. Walked 2 and struck out 7. The loss today will go to Justin Lasko. 3 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Red Sox will be right back here tomorrow night to face the Brewster Whitecaps. That game getting off around 5 o'clock. We'll be on the air just before that. For my broadcast partner, Dana Gray and Brandon Pelter, I'm TJ Actually, Jacob Jordan, can't forget him either. I'm TJ Matheson saying so long from Red Wilson Field.